Hooray! Welcome back to Ledgermain.
Yay!
Woo!
Woo!
All right.
Is Cliff not here next 2 weeks? Is that, or how does this work? Or is he not here in 2 weeks or something? I'm just trying to figure out our.
It's just next week. So I will be at
Okay.
PAX. I leave on the 20th. I return on the 23rd.
So you're away next week. I'm away in 2 weeks. Cool.
Great.
Works out perfectly. Man has to work. Man has to PAX.
All right. Can I get somebody to please give the recap?
Well,
Can you? That's a good question.
it's a great question. I have like 3 bullet points for last session.
All right, I'll fill in between the bullet points. We'll see how we go.
So, Tremaine is asked to we battle a little reflective nymph thing who seems to be encased in some type of like mud, able to get her out. And Tremaine reflects on her position as Lady of Potential within the reflective mirror that is this little nymph. And she learns that if someone wants to use the realm of potential as a battery, they absolutely could. And when Tremaine questions, well, what could you use as an arcane battery? What would you use an arcane battery like that for? And Bob supplies that magic can be used to unravel the world. We then ask the
which Simon nods sagely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we asked the reflective pool if there was someone here who had, or if someone had reflected on this already, and she supplied us with an image and explanation of Ebenspell, the one of Simon's former students. And that was it. That's all I got.
Then we decided that we would help before we left. Oh, we found out that the gates of hospitality are closed, which is counter to the whole hospitality thing, which seems like a big problem. And we headed then to the Holiday Inn, where they were going to categorize and work on all of the emotional baggage that Boblovich is now ready to leave behind. But it has to be, you have to rest up and categorize it properly. We had a couple of character moments when we went to check in, because Simon was just itching, literally, to get his boots off, which are completely full of mud from all of the wandering in the swamp, where the party encouraged, first of all, Bob to not immediately serve other people and do stuff for them just because he always did that. And Tremaine did a thing for Bob because she was being nice to him, and he accepted the services of another person, which is not a position that he's used to. I missed the conversation about why Bob crawled underneath the bed.
So what happened was, after accepting the kindness of taking his jacket from Tremaine, Bob promptly excused himself to underneath a bed, to which Tremaine was confused, and Scott was kind enough to inform her about his general insecurities about serving other people, and how sometimes it can be really scary to do things that you don't know how to do, and offered I don't remember the exact conversation, but I do remember it ended in a very delightful hug between the two.
Yes, it did. He was explaining the idea of comfort and making yourself holding somebody to make them feel comforted.
In the midst of all that conversation, Ebenspell and dealing with them came up, and there was sort of a divided camp of, hey, why don't we just shoot him in the face? Because he's evil.
Completely on the table.
Yeah, it is. and it was like, well, evil isn't really a thing as far as Simon is concerned. I think Tremaine is sort of on the same kind of like...
Yeah. She believes that his potential is not realized.
Yes, so that he need not, the end of the story need not that be he was evil and got shot in the face. But they didn't rule out, after attempting to circumvent that
Yeah.
problem with his potential, that he might end up getting shot in the face anyway.
Yeah,
so
I think
they're
that
not.
was sort of the consensus.
I mean-
was we'll try, but
Yeah.
we have a plan B.
Because he still very much is stealing from Lady Tremaine and all of the Feywild, but especially Lady Tremaine. She's not a huge fan
Stealing
of that.
is okay, but only when I do it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You get it.
Mostly, she gives it back most of the time.
Most of the time, she gives it back.
We also discovered through Lady Tremaine reaching out once again to Lorraine that Lorraine has the child and knows that bad things are happening and was unable to make a connection out of the Feywild into the material plane, so he opted to make the connection into the Shadowfell, where there was a close rubbing up of these two planes together. So our intention, once we settle Bob's accounts, is to head as soon as possible to meet Lorraine wherever he is in the Shadowfell. And we all went to sleep. Two people had to, I believe you had that interaction when you were asleep. Did you? I know I had a bad dream.
I interacted with Tremaine interacted with Lily, but that whole thing was something that they did prior to going to the Holiday Inn. The contacting Lorraine was something
Right.
prior.
But
No,
Lily
you
was
had a
in the dream.
dream. Yeah, Lily was in the dream.
Yes,
Once
yeah,
you fell
so
asleep there.
Yes.
And then I had a dream, Simon did, about Ebonspell. And that appeared to be a way of Ebonspell communicating in the present to Simon, telling him, this is none of your business and you should back off and you're nobody. And Simon was really not having any of that.
He was not interested. It was
He was like quipping emo.
conversation about that.
Yeah, but he was trying to suss out what Ebonspell was doing and trying to tell him that, perhaps his intentions were not well thought out, and that in fact he might want to take a pause on all of these things, that they might not be good things. And it's apparent that Ebonspell, although he's in charge of a lot of things, does not know why the group of people are here, nor what they have managed to accomplish so far. So we are still flying kind of under his radar, from the sounds of it. It is Lily who he is interested in because of their potential. So we believe that one of the key things to be doing is to not offer up this one child to the evil wizard and his, as we discovered, dragon companion, who are together in this effort.
Apprentice, quote unquote.
Yeah, not sure
Companion.
exactly who's
Did we learn
bossing
what color Relux
who
is?
around. Gold. And he was kicked out of his realm by a black dragon and a bunch of evil wizards.
That's funny. Acid, black, relux, reflux. There's a joke somewhere.
He
Somewhere.
relaxed. Yeah, I believe that Simon is, and then we're coming up to the morning, but we did not get a reaction in the morning or anything.
Perfect time to say goodbye.
Mhm.
Okay.
Only players are allowed to eat during sessions. I'm sorry.
Well, fuck that. All right. So, you guys wake up in your Fey Holiday Inn, and yep, you guys feel a lot more refreshed. It was a long day with lots of mud and lots of existential crisis. And today you get to do something a little more tidy, as you do still have your stack of luggage and trunks and things like that was given to you to pack away your baggage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me grab something for you here. Do I have to do this in bits? Okay, that's fine.
Is Boblovich still hidden under the bed?
I would say as everybody begins to awake in the morning, Bob is already up and he is kind of staring at this luggage
Yeah.
across the way, trying to figure out what he's going to do with it. He is up already, and he is not under the bed. He's kind of in
Okay.
the middle of the room.
A big stony yawn from Lady Tremaine, and she says, "Hello, scared goblin man."
Can you
I'm
Good
sorry.
morning.
What is a stony yawn as opposed to a non-stony yawn?
A stony yawn is a yawn that comes from a stone person, and that makes it stony.
With a little bit of gravel
Easy.
on the bottom.
It is a yawn from a very shapely stone person.
Who, I remind everyone, canonically has junk in the trunk. For reasons not clear how that happened, why. Simon wakes up without a yawn, more with a sigh, and he stares at the ceiling. Morning.
Good morning.
Now, I'm not super familiar with people who, I guess, from the material plane. Is it common to wake up with a sigh?
No, not as a general rule. I try and just do a couple little stretches, and yeah, get down to having a tea or a coffee. Probably a coffee day. He sits up. He goes, "Had a chat in my dreams last night."
So did I. Who was yours with?
You go first.
I met and chatted with my Lily. He was very scared. But
Oh.
I think he's gonna be okay.
That's lovely. Yes.
The young man died. I'm not seeing much movement.
Oh, well, elves will tell you that they are in a trance.
I've seen many a trance in my life, sir. I do not believe this is anything less than a deep sleep.
Are you in the business of arguing with elves? Because generally they will just outweight you.
No. I am not in the business of arguing with elves. It's
Trance!
lethal. when I
Deep
can-
trance! He's trancing. You see him right there.
I'm also not in the business of waking elves. Also very lethal. But I'm sure he will awaken.
No, I'm sure it's not nearly as lethal as the elves
Huh?
you're used to.
What? Oh, God. What time is
God!
it?
Good
It's
morning.
Oh. Good morning.
We were
Pleasant
debating
dream?
whether or not you were dead.
I
What?
wasn't.
Oh. Thanks, Simon. No, I don't know. I was tired. Long day.
Yeah, kind of a long night. I had kind of a chat with an old student of mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Him? The one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, of course. All right. What did
Oh.
fucking Spear Cloak have to say?
My former student said we should stay out of his way. You know, the opposite of the thing that we're about to go attempt to execute.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Plan to get in his way specifically.
Seems to be quite in opposition to our goal. Yes.
That's a pretty classic villain thing, you know. Stay out
Is
of my
it?
way. Mm-hmm. It's in all
It
the,
was more-
it's all the stories.
Yes, it was more the plays. It was more I don't have a beef with you.
Well,
Which I suppose, he doesn't.
Well, that's
until
good.
he
At least
will.
You are safe then from his wrath.
Yeah,
Does
that will be
of no beef with us. Does that include everyone?
I think he's actually a little bit in the dark about what we are actually doing.
Oh.
Which is interesting to me because I figure if anything threatens this plan going off, it does appear to be the Lady of Potential herself trying to reclaim her realm back.
I do wonder why that has not come up.
Well, I mean, you're stoned, right? Like out of your gourd. The vibes are not like emanating. Or
The
whatever?
vibes are not there, but I'm still here.
Right. So maybe if he can't, can't smell the vibes, how would he know that you're doing whatever it is you're doing?
Oh, that is the whole point of turning myself into stone was to protect myself. Yes, that is fair. He does not seem to be a very perceptive person.
Lady Tremaine, if you would indulge me, do you have the ability to unpetrify? Well, I guess it's not particularly a petrification, as you're quite agile otherwise. Can you no longer be stone at a will? Or is it something that must be undone through a different type of ritual?
So, normally, I would be able to turn myself back into my original form, no problem. Unfortunately, I seem to be lacking the power to do so at the moment.
Because your realm's getting sucked dry.
Yeah.
And if you were unstoned, that would probably be happening faster, not slower.
Yes. I would probably be actively dying on my deathbed. Like you were this morning.
Not dead. Not even a
Miracle
little
recovery.
bit, actually. Just I sleep trance deep.
That's
Out
a
of
trance.
sleep.
See that?
I mean, elves can sleep if they want to, and
so it's a choice.
I want to because I was tired. And you're in the Feywild, and dreams and shit.
So it's
To
a
have
tactical
choices.
decision. Yes.
You get it, Bobovich. It was a tactical decision.
Yes. I chose to sleep rather than trancing. Yes, you wish to unlock the secrets of the dream realm. Like our friend Simon, who has discovered very crucial information to our journey so far by dreaming in a deep sleep, which elves do not normally do, except for when they want to, tactically.
Simon is
Yep.
beginning to lose his composure. Simon's like.
Anyway, so enough about me and my tactical decisions. We got some emotional baggage to unpack, repack.
Please unpack from myself into this luggage somehow. I have yet to discern exactly how to do so.
Could I get someone from the front desk to bring up breakfast and possibly an explanation for the process?
Room service.
Yes, I'll
Is room service here?
know.
Did you hear that? I think is room service here? Did you order room service already?
Jermaine goes to open the door. No
I
one's
heard
there.
not a single.
You see somebody come in. So sorry. You called for room service. Our communications seem to be a little off today. I apologize. I was sent from the. Oh my god, I forgot the name of the. There we go. Fucking hell. Screw you, computer.
You sent from
I was-
fucking hell. It's horrible.
Oh, I've been there.
Oh no.
Is fucking
Don't
hell
take us back with
worse
you.
or better than Sullivan?
You'll have to go and find out, Scott.
I think that's the hidden 10th layer of hell.
Apologies. Yeah, I I clicked onto the wrong page, and that's why I got myself confused. There we go. I came from the Office of Lost and Found Purposes. I understand you have some baggage that you need to be packing up. Yes.
Oh, Boblovich, it's for you! She opens the door wider.
Sorry, Simon. It seems you're relying on your lunch bag for breakfast this morning. Yes, I've been told to offload my burdens. You're here to
Right.
direct me as to how to do so.
What you need to do is you need to pick the appropriate tag and the appropriate bag. You need to bag and tag all of the emotional baggage because we need to send it off to be they're going to pick it apart and pull it in and out, and they're going to reform it into some secondhand trauma for other people and all sorts of usages.
And this process is accomplished.
You take a bag
Oh,
and you take a tag
yes.
and you fill it appropriately.
Yes.
I think that's the step that you're glossing over in a way that we're not really capturing the essence of. I can. Bob,
Can you give us an example?
Bag, hands a bag to Bob. He goes, tag, simple. There you go. Hold on to that. 1 second. How does he extricate the bits?
Well, first thing you're going to need to do is to look through the tags, and as he kind of waves them, kind of fans them over the bed, you see that there are a variety of them. Which, here we go. If you go into the main thing, you will see the list of tags.
Ah.
Oh shit, Bob. There's a lot of tags.
So you need to choose the tag appropriately, and then the bag of the correct size. And once you have those united, you sort of you pull from your mind and you have to pack it in. If it's something that was really intense, obviously it's going to need a little bit more structure underneath it to hold it. But why don't you find an appropriate tag, and I will help you bag it up.
Would you like us to help you find a tag, Boblovich? I'm
Oh, there's
seeing
another
quite
layer
a few.
underneath the first layer. Oh, Jesus Christ.
The stack seems to be thickening as I hold it.
Yes, we see him to have a lot of options for you. Not everybody has as many tags to go with the bags. Some people only get one or two, but you seem to have a lot of them.
Yes, I suppose the more years I've accumulated, the more tags would accompany as such. Hardly overwhelming. A moment. Must review. He
Tremaine
Is anybody-
takes a-
Go ahead.
He gets to like the first card and he kind of like holds up one and kind of waves it. He'll probably get to this one, that's for certain. And he sets it down. First one he sets aside is the duty fatigue. Did have to go far. He lands out another card that is fear of irrelevance.
Simon's looking over Tremaine's shoulder and like sort of around her, and he's like, Boblovich, are you seriously carrying all this shit around with you all the time?
A goblin, Enzo Branson, has many problems. Yes, Simon. A goblin of merit in Menzo Branson has 10 times as many problems as a regular goblin, Menzo Branson.
Yes, but this,
A
like, I'm
goblin
looking
of
at.
station continues to accumulate problem at a high velocity.
Listening to him talk, Tremaine will reach over and she'll pick up a tag and she'll go, I think you might need this one. And its work is worth.
You've skipped ahead.
I mean, this one right here,
I'm
the
going
self-effacement.
alphabetically,
The tendency to shrink so others feel tall. I don't think you need that here or anywhere. quite frankly. Others are the height that they are, and you are your height.
I believe this one is actually one of the few circumstances in which it's not literal, Simon.
Ah. Okay.
It's still reading all of these.
You don't have to read through all of them. It's just if any of them.
Picking them.
He looks at the person who's trying to help. He's like, "We're going to be a hot minute. Could we get something to drink?"
Of course, yes. Do you have anything you would like for your meal? We have things that fizz, things that whiz, and things that go. Oh boy, that's not biz. What could we get for you today? Do you want things that make you happy, sad, maybe just a little we have some ennui that was freshly
Satisfied.
harvested.
No.
God's sakes, no. Something that would leave us satisfied, preferably.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh yes, of course. I will be right back. And they shuffle off.
There's a cat involved. I'm not entirely sure I'm down with whatever's about to happen.
Before she leaves, Tremaine is gonna watch Boblovich as he's doing his thing and just casually say, "Bob, if you could be sad or happy or just kind of meh right now, what would you choose?"
This precise moment, I'm feeling rather confused.
Okay.
No, that wasn't the question. The question was, what would you feel if you had a choice?
Of the three options presented.
Or of any of the options, but if you would like to choose from the three.
I'm already choosing a lot of things here. Let's keep it simple.
Okay.
Decision fatigue.
Is it? The tag has come out of this man's shirt.
I believe I'm feeling rather meh, as you have so adequately put it.
Wonderful. And she'll turn to the lady right before she leaves, and she'll say quietly, "Can you get something to make you feel a little less meh?"
Oh, I mean, satisfaction does generally have that outcome. I can double check that things are nicely balanced in that without leaving too heavy of a feeling.
Please do.
Of course.
As Simon has so adequately put, I do believe the final card I have selected is the one that is most pressing in this current moment. This tag is labeled at work as worth, and foundationally describes exactly why I'm having difficulty in life right now. This moment.
Wonderful.
I believe this will be the most productive one to release from my burden.
You're being very ironic right now, but would you like to tell the bag about when this idea first took root? He looks over at Tremaine like, you think I'm on the right page with this? Okay. Behind him, there's thumbs up. Like, okay, yeah.
Right. Kind of holds open the bag, looks directly into it as he's talking. I suppose it would all start with the idea that I am a goblin. That I am equivocably not useful except for service. The only thing that I am worth is to serve.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Are you holding the tag or have you attached it to a bag?
He would have attached the tag to the bag before he started talking into it.
Okay. What kind of bag did he choose before he started talking?
What kind
I
of
was
bags are they?
envisioning. What kind of bags?
So there are bags of multiple sizes. There are bags that are like giant steamer trunks, and there are bags that are like little tote bags. There are bags that look like they could hold biohazardous material. Think of all the bags you would see on a conveyor belt in an airport.
He would probably have chosen the biggest steamer trunk there for this
All right.
one. So it's basically bigger than he is, as he's leaning his arms kind of over the edge of it as he's almost lounging kind of in front of it, talking into it. God
Damn you.
damn.
Yes, so this system from which I originate within the Underdark in Menzoberranzan, the goblin is the lowest of the totem pole um, among the sentient and intelligent races. I would have been fodder for most part, a servant, a slave in some cases. Um, Equivocably, I was born to serve, as directly as you can put it. Therefore, to not serve is to not exist.
As you say that, you see that there is a doll that sort of comes into existence in the box, and it sort of seems to be almost made of like something silvery, like it's not quite there.
Hmm, interesting.
You feel just a little bit lighter.
Right.
All right, we've
Let's.
identified the baggage. The trick is Simon lies down on the bed and puts his head like the wrong way, so it's um, closer to Bob, with his feet up at the top. And he's like, the trick here is now, I'm assuming, once you've identified it, you need to actually get the idea into the bag so that you're not carrying it around anymore. So you kind of have to examine why that thing that you just took for granted might not be 100% true.
Well, uh, I
I can,
suppose.
I mean, you can get help. Scott and Tremaine are right there. So am I.
Perhaps. I suppose I might need help understanding exactly what you mean, Simon.
So, like, you say that because you're a goblin, right? You have to exist this way. That's what it means to be a goblin, is to be a servant,
Yes.
right?
Right.
I'm an elf, right? What are some stories you've heard about elves being in Menzoberranzan? About surface elves?
Surface elves are generally. There's no definitive explanation, but I know that many of them are diplomats, many powerful magic users, in touch with the more arcane and natural of the world. There's also a great many of them that are renowned combatants, soldiers, general, kings, queens, even. There's much more nuance.
Okay, so why do you think that goblins are different than elves? Are there only a couple of goblins in the world for which one might even guess as to their role, or there are lots of them?
Well, the problem is not the species, it is the locale. Uh, Perhaps I should distinguish. Goblin of Menzoberranzan is born to serve. Goblins of the surface, uh, as far as I understand it, are rather untamed. Wild folk, maybe, a menace, chance, often fodder for types like young Scott here to test their blades and bows upon. There is
I
purpose in
understand.
the goblins of the Menzoberranzan. There's purpose, there's servitude,
Do you
reason for
still
existence.
consider yourself a part of Menzoberranzan?
course. It's my home.
So after all this,
As you say that this is your home, another element fills into the box, and this looks to be what would be the item that he most closely associates with the service he offered the his drow mistress? Like what was something that would be identifiable to anybody as, oh, that's Bob's, like that's his thing, the thing that he does, like a tray or a
Yeah,
bell or
I was
something
gonna
like that.
say it would be a tray with his mistress's favorite tea set on it.
That makes its presence known in the box, and it looks to be rather dense.
Bob, I have a question.
Yes.
You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. What happens to a goblin after they retire?
Goblins do not retire. Yes. It's unheard of. Most goblins expire before they retire. I am actually
You rhymed.
potentially one of the oldest goblins in Enzobrand. Many of us do not live quite as long. In fact, it's better unheard of to reach an old grade age as myself.
As you say that, you find that there seems to be what looks to be, you would know it as a shrub, as well as some weights put around the edge of it.
And so you are presented with a choice now, from what I understand, of what to do next.
And that is fact. Yes.
Bob, how do you navigate in the Underdark? What is it that he would use when he's in unfamiliar places to get around?
Um, if he were in unfamiliar places to get around, he would likely use his more base goblin senses, his exceptional eyesight, his ability to remain rather hidden and quiet in the area, um, smell and hearing, stuff like that. It would return to a really olfactory kind of response rather than actual one. He would basically rely on instinct.
What would he have used as something equivalent to like a North Star, like something like a guiding point? So, like if you're in the woods, you can look for which direction the water is running if you're trying to find
Mhm.
yourself back to a point, knowing that like it always runs downhill. Is there something like that that he would have used as a guiding point when he found places, if he found himself lost, to reorient himself?
I feel like there would be a landmark or some kind of
the big flame pillar.
yeah, like a notable point that he would be able to spot from a distance, that he would always know where the location of that is. Like he would never allow himself to be at a place where he couldn't find that specific part.
Okay. So would that be something that was like a big light in the middle, or is it something more like a big statue?
In the center of Menzo Baranson, there's a big, like, central pillar, and a bunch of mages cast fire magic into the bottom of it at the start of the day, and it radiates up this pillar throughout the day, and it's both a timekeeping device and provides light to everywhere in the city.
Yeah, then it would be that. That would be the easiest thing for him to see, no matter what.
In the box, you find a lantern with the flame that is exactly the right color to identify just out of your periphery.
Oh, it's on fire.
The problem with the choice Lady Tremaine, that you have pointed out that I must make is that in my exceptionally long for a goblin lifespan, I have done nothing but serve. I cannot make a choice, for I don't know there is to choose.
What's your favorite food? Um,
Hmm. A fan of roasted bibberbang.
roasted bibberbang. So,
Yes,
if you had the choice, would you eat roasted bibberbang every day? If you could.
I suppose.
Well, then, good. I'm not saying you have to do this. Uh, Try to live a life or create a life for yourself where you have the opportunity to eat bibberbang every day, if that's what you wanted. It starts from instead of thinking about your needs, or especially the needs and wants of others, start thinking about your wants beyond just sleep, drink, eat. What do you want?
I want you to think about the first time you were severely reprimanded for trying to get something that you desired. So this could have been a treat that you wanted as a child. This could have been a toy. This could have been the attention of a tutor. Something where you came to go get a thing to make yourself feel good, and you were absolutely cut down for it.
Feel like before he was named as a butler for House Janeway, believe that he was still fairly young, and I think it was something so mundane in the eyes of most people. It would be he saw a goblet or a cup of some kind in a shiny silver or something like that he thought was beautiful, and thinking he was a relatively fast and sneaky kind of guy, decided that he would take it home, and have something very nice for himself. And I think that he was probably caught by perhaps not as powerful of a person within the drow house that he ended up serving, but perhaps person lower in the totem of drow, maybe a lower ranked male drow guard or something like that. And I think that he was caught, and I think that it was an incredibly thorough uh, beating that he received in response, potentially bordering on torturous experience for
So that goblet appears in the trunk, and it appears to be filled with blood.
he. When it appears, he really just stares at it, and his eyes kind of don't break from it within the trunk. As you all see, there's a little bit of a twitch almost in his eye.
That's macabre.
You okay,
Um,
Bob?
Some things are hidden by experience. It's the best way I can describe it. Not seen that for a very long time.
Now, Bob, I
My
want you to go ahead.
my problematic protege needs to unlearn some things if we are going to save his life, whilst we save everything else. I don't know how to teach him how to unlearn the pain, but it looks like there's a lot of pain in the box, Bob.
There is a lot of pain inside the bob, Simon.
Oh.
One does not recognize it until it is laid out. Think.
Simon rolls off the bed, sits down on the floor beside Bob, and goes, I'm sorry that these things happened to you. I want you to know there's no way you deserve that.
He looks up at Simon.
Doesn't have to look very far high up. Simon sat down.
Yeah. He looks over at Simon.
Do you mean?
You made a mistake. I presume that you were punished for. And the person who punished you was wrong.
I have been target of many hostilities. Young Scott seems to understand some of the facets of life as a grandson. You, Simon.
I'm not talking about what is normal or usual. Those things can change depending on where you are, and I believe that wherever you were, they were normal and usual. But they were also wrong. You didn't deserve them. Because some things are immutably true. I trained 6 of the most powerful wizards in this land. I never raised a hand to any of them, even when they did stupid, ignorant, and sometimes dangerous things. Because I didn't need to. Because it would have been wrong. I believe that.
So even though I've goblin and Sopranos is one of pain, servitude, are saying that that is wrong. But I, by merit of being a goblin, did not need to experience that. But life, should I have experienced then?
Box, you see a small figure. And as you lean forward, it looks to be kind of like a little statuette. And it is the vision of yourself as a rebel.
I don't
It's
know
followed by
what
another
the...
one of you as an assassin. It's followed by another one, and it's kind of like getting like a set of like Bob inspired Barbie dolls. And you see that there's a few different just like things that come into being. And it gives you this impression of kind of like if your regrets, if your what ifs materialized.
Tremaine watches this happen, and she reaches a big stony hand into the box and just very delicately, like runs her fingers across them, and she goes, "When there is potential in life for great pain, there is potential in life for great pleasure." But you cannot know one without knowing the other.
I don't know what the word should really means. I'm not a chronomancer. They apparently have a better insight in that. But I will tell you, Bob, from here forward, there are just as many futures for you.
I. Simon, as I explore this, we'll need your assistance. Or, despite my advanced stage, I find myself in need of a tutor. I
I
don't know what
normally
it
only
is
do
to be.
wizards, but I'm thinking of branching out.
I don't know what it is to be anything other than a goblin, a butler,
His eyes like lower down into the chest again.
slave. If I am to enjoy what few years I'm sure I have remaining, hmm, need help. I will not find it in Mensa Baranzan, and so I have a rather unfortunate request that perhaps when this is over and we have saved the Fey realm from your tutor, or student, excuse me.
Protege. Yeah, my student.
Yes. Perhaps I might come back with you.
If you can forgive me for loosing Eben's spell upon the world in the state that he was allowed to graduate in, I can certainly find it in my heart to host you at my little tower.
I'm remarkably skilled at keeping things clean.
Oh God, here we go again. are, are you a good conversational companion? You like to read
Well,
books?
yes, it's my favorite thing to do.
Ah, well, most of mine don't have the pages completely obscured by odd-looking ink. So, yes, uh, it's quite the collection.
As Simon and Bob have been talking, Scott moved off a little bit. The all the furniture in here is like gnarled roots formed into the
Yeah.
shape of things.
Yeah,
So he
it's
finds
a
one that looks
Fey attempt at a Holiday Inn.
right. He finds one root that looks, about yay big around. Snaps it off, and this whole time, as they've been talking, he's just been carving very intently. This is what elves do,
Hmm.
like manipulate wood.
Yeah,
So he's
whittling.
pretty good at it, and he fashions it into the shape of a signet ring. And on the face of the signet ring, instead of any kind of crest, he's writing in the common tongue, but with elvish script. I am worthy. And then he will take the gold spun loom that weaves matter into another form, and he will wrap it round the ring.
Ooh.
And in a flash, the wood of the ring is transfused into a platinum, rather similar to that goblet in the case. And then he'll walk over and plop down next to Simon and Bob.
Before he does that,
Oh.
sorry, before he does that, Tremaine is going to see him whittle and see what he's made, and she sees him walk over, and she'll pipe up and say, "Oh, Scott, would you mind grabbing Bob's coat off the rack? I think he needs help putting it on."
He nods and goes to retrieve that coat. And instead of sitting down next to Bob, he'll kneel in front of Bob as he sat. And still kind of having to look down at him, just the height differential. I made this for you. A ring, not a chain for your throat, not manacles for your wrist. A ring. A ring for your pinky. A symbol of authority. Because whether you wish it or no, now is the time to take ownership, and you are worthy of every good thing.
Reaches out, takes the ring, fiddles with it. He slides it onto his left pinky. He looks down, slides around a few cards on the floor, some of the tags that he set aside, and he holds one up as you see tears streaming down his face. And he holds up the card that says professional stoicism, trained response to never cry, never complain, never pause. He says, I don't think we'll be needing this one anymore. And he tosses it away. Thank you, Scott.
Of course. May I help you with your coat?
Yes, you may.
And he kind of stands up and lets Scott help him put his coat on.
Well, I think I might be getting it.
You see he's got a bit of a shudder to him, like he's shaking a little bit.
There is. I considered myself a quite learned goblin. There are many things I do not understand, but I believe, for the first time, truly, in nearly 150 years, I am truly understanding what it is to have friends. I would not have expected to find them in the Feywild. Not have expected to find myself in the Feywild. And I'm rather shocked to say that I'm glad that I did. That I am here. And I hope we all don't die fighting Simon's student. Be rather unpleasant after this experience.
Be embarrassing, yes.
That would
Pretty
be a
much.
bummer.
Be like
There is
all red in the face.
A bad vibe.
there is a knock at the door. I'm sorry. I understand. Some people were looking for a satisfying meal. We do still have brunch set up in the dining hall if you're interested, or we could get some room service. What would you prefer? Unpacking baggage can be quite a harrowing affair, and I don't know where your appetite is at.
Is this what is this person that's talking to us? It's a fairy? What is
Yeah, it
What
looks to
is
be
this
kind of like a
person?
little brownie sort of.
Okay. He looks at them and says,
Uh, what would you like to do? Would you like for us to go down, or would you like to bring us food? What suits your
Oh,
fancy?
well, I did make the eggs of existential ease, and I am rather proud of them. They do look pretty nice in the dining hall. If you wanted to come take a look.
Then we shall go to the dining hall.
Simon just grabs his wrist for a second. He goes, Excellent idea. I would say, though, we should probably close this one before we leave the room, lest any of these bits get out on their own.
Yes. He closes up the big steamer trunk,
Damn it.
and if it has like a latch or something, he'll latch it, give it a little pat on the top.
Scott will
When the
walk up.
DM goes, damn it, because it's not good. It's definitely not good.
Scott will walk up to it and chant quietly, and he'll use the spell Arcane Lock. Just to be sure.
Just in case.
Lock up that baggage nice and tight.
I feel bad for the people who are supposed to unpack the baggage later. What the
They'll
fuck?
figure it out.
Why did you
All
send
right.
us the steamer trunk?
So you are brought into this dining hall, and it is rather charming. It's got a cozy sort of feel to it. There's the clink of cutlery and the sort of warm, steamy like sensation as you come into a room where things have been sitting in those warming trays. And you find that there is a lovely little menu. So we have the brownie who's come in. Yes, okay. Well, so here we have the eggs and there's potatoes. Lots of very comforting carbs. I understand that mortals from different realms all find that very, very comforting. If you want some accompaniment, like of the cosmic complacency variety, we have those. And I'll come by with beverages. We have would you like some cocoa of calibrated coziness or hot chocolate of non-aggressive happiness?
The hot chocolate sounds good.
Can you spike it? I think I could use some aggressive happiness.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so the hot chocolate is crowned with a sleepy cream cloud with a cinnamon stick pretending to be very worldly. Just enough to make you you feel a little superior, the cocoa of calibrated coziness, this one is guaranteed to reduce stress, urgency, but it does come with the desire to check on quests, which might give you that little spike that you're looking for, sir.
You
I'll go
couldn't
with that.
find a cinnamon stick that was actually worldly.
Oh,
but you
no,
did
they're
actually-
find one that was pretending specifically to be worldly. I just...
no, the cinnamon sticks that are worldly we use for our cocos of cleverness.
Well, yes, you can't stock everything every day.
Can't put them to waste,
Absolutely.
I will take first cocoa. Hold the cinnamon stick, please.
Of course.
You
She
know...
comes back holding it separate from the
Yeah, I was just going to say, you're going to have to tell her when to put the stick down. He turns to
You may
Tremaine.
have the stick if you so desire to keep it. It's not important to me.
He turns to Tremaine. He goes, canonically, eating things in the Feywild for mortals is generally a bad idea. But I'm going to level with you. As useful as my little baggie of treats is, it's not actually enough to provide sustenance for an entire day's worth of calories. I am fucking famished right now, and I'm really debating about how much trouble we're going to be in. Can you give me a clue?
Does Tremaine have an idea?
Tremaine does have an idea that something will be expected in exchange, but you don't even have to roll for this one. You are going to offer something in exchange. Some emotional baggage. So you're pretty confident that this is a complimentary meal, so to speak. Bit of a
We
continental
don't have
breakfast.
to worry about that here. She tells Simon.
Simon goes,
a discontinental breakfast.
Yeah, just continental.
yeah. It's better than an incontinental breakfast.
Gross. Also,
Simon.
an XP for everybody, giving some lovely emotional support to our Boblovich as he unpacked some pretty traumatic emotional baggage.
What advancements shall I take? Because they are full price advancements now, right?
Yes, correct.
At level
Oh,
3?
boy.
At level 3.
Yeah, tier 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
or sorry, tier 3, not level 3. I wanted you guys to get through tier 1 and 2 a little quicker because gosh, I got fun shit I want to play with, and you guys are too squishy at 1 and 2. Also, I wanted you to have more toys to play with, so we just speed ran that a little bit.
It's fair. But yeah, Tremaine will say, "Oh, we don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about that here, Bob. Bob took care of the tab."
Oh,
did I?
thank goodness.
Yes, thank goodness.
Strange currencies. And hot chocolate.
I'm afraid I find myself without my coin purse. How have I done this? Tab, as you call it.
Well, you heard
The
how they had the
huge steamer.
ennui. The ennui that was on offer, that was mine. So they repurpose it.
Oh, so the baggage has paid for
Yes.
our
Yes,
delightful.
you've really just presented them a small fortune with yours.
Well, I'm sure there's more where that came from if they want more.
I don't
filled
doubt it.
one bag.
You filled up quite a bag, though. It's very impressive. All right. Yeah, as you're seated in the dining hall, you sit down, but there's a nice like buffet there. So in the awkward way that only happens in hotels, you are shown to your seats. You kind of look around and think, I guess we'll have the buffet because there is no other option. And
well,
yeah,
there is an option, but it's more baggage than Bob could possibly produce. Like the a la carte menu is off the charts.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get this in here. Okay. Oh. Come on. So we have the first bit of the menu there. Go.
We all had too much fun naming things this last week.
Omelet of optimally managed expectation.
Incapable of disappointing you.
Potatoes of emotional stability, hash browns of harmonious thoughts. Comprised of quiet self-acceptance.
Butter of moderate ambition suppression.
Melts instantly, so will your plans.
It's not quite satisfaction, like you guys said, but it's supposed to be more along the lines of comfort food.
Rudiments of cosmic complacency. Mellow berry preserve of motivational softening. Grandmother's grand unified theory of gravy?
I want
Okay.
that. Kevin wants
Metaphysically capable of holding a spoon upright or hostage. I'm afraid to have the gravy, even if it is from my grandmother. Wow. Yeah, I feel like Simon is just loading up on hearth biscuits of boundless benevolence.
So can you please tell me what it is that you load up on your plates? What is it that you guys have for your your Fey brunch?
I would just like to say that in my mind, in addition to all of the cool things that are on here, there is just bacon, unaltered.
Oh yeah, no, bacon is universal. There is just bacon.
Just
You
that
cannot
good.
improve upon bacon. It is perfect.
just
oh,
bacon.
Look at all the
Yeah.
fancy stuff they have. Oh, and bacon. Wow.
Also maple syrup. It's right next to the bacon because it is another thing that
you
cannot
mix
be
the
improved
maple
upon.
and the bacon syrup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Go ahead.
Sorry, I am having the bacon, the eggs of existential ease, the hash browns of harmonious thoughts, and a double helping of hearth biscuits of boundless benevolence. Boundless benevolence. I'm
Boundless
good.
benevolence.
My tongue is no good, but I'm good.
All right.
Bob loads up a very similar plate with the eggs of existential ease, and then a pretty hefty helping of hash browns of harmonious thoughts, a little bit of the home fries of quiet self-acceptance, and then just one scone of soothing solace.
Single scone.
Okay. What is Scott having for his Fey brunch?
Eggs of existential ease, hearth biscuits of boundless benevolence, the bacon, and he makes little sandwiches. He's like
Cute.
got a half dozen of them, just one after the other. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was so fucking hungry. Oh my god.
Now, Lady Tremaine, you don't have a mouth to eat, but do you do anything during breakfast?
Just smear the eggs on her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she does.
I wish.
There are
I
12
think-
glasses of mineral water.
Okay, yeah, she might have one of some of those, but she actually, I think, is going to. She is going to forget that she does not have a mouth because she can still speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she, with so much earnesty, is going to look at the earnestness, is going to look at the lovely brownie who brought them here, and she goes, I'm just absolutely famished. I would love some chicken soup for the soul.
Oh. Well, I'll see if the chickens are feeling soulful today. They may be able to help you out.
Wonderful, thank you. And if that's not enough, if that's not possible, I would just like some bacon, please.
Of course. Help yourself, and there's bacon that she gestures to along the buffet.
Oh, it's the okay, yeah. Yeah.
Bob is like standing there with his plate as she asked for that, and he's like,
Is that how you pronounce it? Bacon. I thought it was pronounced back on. I didn't quite know what it was. It didn't have a little placard saying what it did, like the other things did.
The serving staff look at you. Yeah, the serving staff look at you sideways for not knowing what bacon is, and there's little whispers of like, oh, is he okay? I don't know, maybe I unpacked a little too much.
Feel judged.
Tremaine is going to make herself seem as imposing as possible to the creatures that are currently judging Bob right now.
As Cliff has rightfully figured out, after a few minutes, there is a nice like band with horn instruments that come up, really elegant feathers, and they play some pretty spectacular soul music. The title of the first one is Soup.
Yeah. Tremaine goes, finally, I can make myself a plate. Oh, wait, I don't have a mouth.
Like there's a bunch of sort of fissures and cracks up near the top of your head that have opened up over a while. Maybe you could pour things in there.
Good idea.
It's so far up there.
She leans down to show Bob the top of her head.
If you like, we could maybe give it a bit of a metamorphosis, so it'd be a little more to your culinary needs.
Well, if you could do that, that'd be wonderful. I do not have a mouth, but I'm sure this rock seems porous.
They take the so you can tell me what items you take from the buffet to make yourself this disaster.
Great, she's gonna get a smoothie. So let's just put the absolute worst things you'd put in a smoothie together.
Gross.
Okay, so we're gonna definitely go with some hash browns. Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh my god.
Starchy.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll put in
Gotta get the
some.
fiber.
Oh, you're muted, Greg.
Yeah.
The liquid should have a thick base to it to really get the smoothie going. Otherwise, it's it's just juice.
And then she's gonna ask them if they could like spike it with some cocoa of calibrated coziness. And
Like your starches, yeah.
She is gonna ask for them to grind up some bacon for her. And then maybe do a scone. One of the little mellow berry preserve of motivational softening.
Alrighty.
And that is Lady Tremaine's smoothie.
So, to the clucking and scratching of the soulful chicken, you bring this plate, and the staff oh yeah, of course, yeah, and they blend it up in what looks to be some kind of, it's like a whirlpool with a bunch of teeth in it. But it does come down into a rather elegant looking jar, and they give it to you. It's, it takes like 3 of them to carry it, because of course, your tremendous size. It's going to take a little bit to that. And they ask, would you like us to, well, eh, I'm not quite, Oh, I know. We need some carpet, and the carpet that you have in your room is brought forward and sort of like rolled out, and they gesture for you to lounge on this impromptu sort of spa bed, and proceed to give you a bit of a breakfast mud bath.
This is the life.
Bob, now chewing on a piece of bacon, as it is potentially the first time he's ever had it.
You get one reroll on one thing of whatever you like, for the sheer joy of having bacon for the first time. It is salty.
Amazing.
It is umami. This is giving your life new depth, purpose, and joy.
New meaning.
Yeah.
It's your bacon inspiration.
That deserves XP. We gotta be.
Yeah, I'll give that an XP.
Yay!
He takes a bite of it, and he's like kind of almost like humming as he's eating it, and then he's just watching this event take place, and looks up at Scott and just says,
I didn't have this on my bucket list of things that we might see today, but I have to say, between the back on and this display, I'm having a good morning.
I'm happy for you. Happy for you, buddy. Scott is like actively trying not to look at Lady Tremaine. Just like,
Bob is fully staring.
They bring out some cucumbers to put where, your eyes would be, and yeah.
It's just a rock with cucumbers. That's the only. For the first time ever since turning into a rock, she finally has eyes.
You do find a little warning though on the end of the buffet, which tells you that there could be some side effects. I put them in the chat as well.
Adventure inhibiting by design.
You will have a bellyache if you go adventuring after eating this meal.
Yes. So, as you read that, you kind of get the idea of like, wait. And you don't feel bad. You feel quite comfortable. You feel quite cozy. But you do have a bit of that food coma. Like that feeling when you've had too many waffles at brunch, when you've had a lot of really like heavy cream in the hollandaise sauce, that sort of you get the impression that if you tried to move anywhere too fast right now, that would have some very negative consequences. And you feel a somewhat familiar pull. It's the same current that you had in the bog. It's the same sort of almost gravity that you had in the portal in the realm of potential. And you feel that this meal is pulling off a magic of a similar vibe.
As the current, so it's like sucking magic from us.
It's more like a slow trickle.
Okay.
And it's something that you can kind of feel like, oh, something's pulling from this room as well.
Tremaine groans and she goes, "Oh no, it's back again."
Bob is attempting to put as much bacon into his bag as possible.
Can you roll me a speed check?
Yeah.
How
So
much
you sleight of
bacon is he
hand?
trying to take?
He's going to fill his satchel. He's got like a not a super large one, but it is a satchel.
Okay.
So probably like fully cooked bacon, maybe like 2 or 3 pounds of bacon.
All right. So is he just like trying to take like one of the trays and just empty it in there?
Just empty it straight in there, yeah.
Okay.
Except for he's trying to do it kind of sneakily. He's not like just picking up the tray
Sort of
and dumping it into his bag.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're trying to surreptitiously empty a warming tray of bacon into your bag.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
The whitest of trash.
Can I use sleight of hand for this speed check?
Yes, it would be sleight of hand for sure.
Can Tremaine be distracting any of the pixies or brownies in the room with just her dramatics?
I will say only if she knows what Bob is doing and like they come up with a ploy.
Okay, this is true. She does have cucumbers on her eyes, so she might not be able. Eyes.
Yeah. If Bob asks for distraction, I will allow it. But yeah, it would have to be an actual planned heist distraction for that to count as a help action.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's up to you, Bob.
Bob has not. He wouldn't have said anything. He's just acting.
All right, going on impulse.
Yeah.
That's the best kind.
Yeah.
I do have this ability, enable others, providing a benefit to another character attempting a physical task, which requires no action on my part. So apparently, my presence alone provides an asset to his task.
You're just so good at being there. What's difficulty am I looking at?
Okay. Oh man, that's a big tray compared to you. Let's I'm gonna say if you pass a difficulty 5 check, that gets you all the bacon.
I got. Yeah, we're going crazy.
Bacon theft, not what I thought of for today.
Oh, and I just hit cancel. Hang on. Mouse slid ever to the right. 5. And I am getting an asset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Minor crit, casually.
No,
go, Bob!
Bacon.
All right.
The Great Bacon Caper is underway. Is that
yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It's complete.
As much bacon as he can carry.
2 to 3 pounds worth.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say as a minor effect, you take the whole damn warming tray, like maple syrup and all, so the bacon stays pleasantly temperatured when you make off with it.
God, he just shoves it into his thing. Around, grabs the syrup, tosses it in there too. Walks up. He's got the first time the rest of you have really seen him smile, he's got like a big dumb grin on his face as his hand just slowly caresses the side of his satchel.
Well, I'm ready to go.
Our schedule for the day is back on. Anyway.
Okay.
I can't help but feel like I need to lounge around a bit, but I'm happy whenever we're ready to do something.
We can lounge and plan. We still got to figure out where this portal's supposed to be, right?
Tremaine is still sitting in her mud bath with the cucumbers in her eyes.
Well, my illusionist ex-student, whom I am on much better terms with than Ebonspell, is at our beck and call if we think that might be a way. Ebonspell?
I could have sworn it was like Spear Cloak or something like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Not great with names, are you, Cliff? I'm sorry, not Cliff. Scott.
Scott is not great.
Yeah, sorry. God damn it! See, Joe is bad with names, but
that is deserving of a.
Someone hear a rim shot?
I'm gonna give 1 XP as well to Kevin for the Great Bacon Caper.
Ah, thank you.
Yay!
I knew it was.
It deserves an XP for sure.
I don't know what you're gonna do with a satchel full of bacon, but I'm sure you'll figure something out.
I have entered full warming tray full of bacon to my inventory, so that will come in handy later. I have no doubt.
If the BBG is on the bubble, just right on the tipping point of turning to our side, a pound of warm bacon surely can't hurt at this point, can it?
Just consuming this bacon, I have fully decided that if we need to convince anyone of anything, we can simply offer it to them, and they will be fully on our side.
It's also good for murdering people named Joe. You just have to talk about it long enough, and they die. They die happy.
Anyway, before we started talking about Ebonspell, right? Got it.
Locked in.
You're illusionist student. We got her card, right?
L'Oreal Mistweaver. Yes.
Yeah, I definitely remembered that. How do we use the card? How do we use the card?
It's a calling card. You just call her with it. I'm sure it's the Feywild, right, Tremaine?
Yes. Just say her name 3 times, and she'll appear.
You've already said it once. Just 2 more, then, sir.
Well, no, I'm debating about whether this is the juncture where we need it. Basically, I believe that she might be able to use some illusion magic if we needed to dream our way through the transition.
Above it did table, seem to be easy. Sorry.
Do we think we have another method to do that, or are we still relying on her method?
I do know where the Port Authority is.
We can go back to that funny little man with the paperwork. Ooh.
Tentacles.
Tentaculus.
So close.
See, names are hard, Simon.
That is my name.
Well, yeah.
That's why I keep it in 3 letters. It's easier for folks like Scott.
The other thing that you would know would be borders between the.
Sorry.
We're going to be saving the world any minute now.
In a minute.
We just got to get through this little rough patch where nobody knows what anyone's name is. Or if they do, they act like it's a problem.
You're in the Feywild. Don't give me temptation about fucking around with names. Anyway, yeah. You know where the Port Authority is. You would think that there's possibility there. The Shadowfell, Lady Tremaine, and Scott would probably be best equipped on this one. You would know that if you're trying to get towards something closer to an end of something that, again, in a shadowy way, you could probably sort of manifest the entrance into the Shadowfell. You don't know necessarily how close you'd be to the Raven Queen. You do have your token that should help guide any sort of efforts that you are using in that direction. So you've got a few options that you could pursue.
Oh yes, my feather. She waves it around.
Why do you
And then, of course, you have the drink.
manually.
I don't think the explanation came earlier this morning about a feather that I don't recall us picking up in
Is
our
it
travels.
clearly a raven's feather?
It's clearly a raven's feather, yes.
Well, I picked this up when I chatted with Lorraine yesterday.
What does it do?
Oh,
I believe it helps us get to the Feywild. Or not the Feywild, because we're already there. I believe it
She's
helps
a
us
little
get to the
loopy.
Shadowfell.
There were mimosas in that mud bath.
Yeah.
really stoned.
Really stoned.
I mean, you did. We are incapable of physical activity an hour and 12 minutes after eating that meal.
Yeah. You could move, it's just there'd be some hindrances on that.
Strenuous activity.
Yes, I believe
All right.
that this it will somehow help us get to the Shadowfell. However, I do not. We need to get somewhere with an ending, like close to an ending. It's not really my forte, so perhaps Scott, you might be able to assist me with this.
Well, you only got one book, right, Simon?
No, I have 3 books.
You have 3 books? We could use the ending of the book.
Yeah,
That'll be a new experience
Simon's
for
books
you.
do end. That's nice.
At least, I hope they do.
Yes, the ending of The Practical Veterinarian is gripping. That's a birthing pun. Anyway.
Pop fully laughs.
I also have 100 whimsical castles and towers.
Was
That's a
that
good
the
one.
first time I've heard you laugh, Bob? You got a nice laugh.
Aww.
Well, thank you. I do admit, after the beacon and the rather harrowing experience in the room earlier, I do feel a bit more jovial than. Oh,
But the Towers book, is it ordered first to last or last to first? Or are they not ranked?
Alphabetical. By height.
a superior method of ranking things, in my opinion.
Alphabetical by height. So there's 2 towers that have the same name. They're different heights. That's what you're telling me.
You never know. you gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful. Best thing to say.
Oh, the definition of contagious laughter. Like the cherry on top of the stupid.
All right, Joe. Take a step out. Taking a break.
You gotta be careful.
Ah. Mm,
Oh,
mm.
Oh man. Good laugh like that's healthy. It's good for the soul.
I mean, breathing's really optional, right? Like you don't actually need to breathe
need to
to
do
survive.
anything,
But no, it's just the thing you can add on.
bonus, you know.
Breathing,
Yeah,
totally
bonus
optional.
action. But breathing's a free action. It's
You almost got me like Joe. I was in the middle of swallowing foods with that one.
So we could use the ending of a book.
yeah.
We could follow the river wherever it empties out into.
Oh yeah. Sorry, was there something about the current here? Did you still feel the current? I heard it's happening again.
Yeah. Our potential gets
Yes.
sucked away.
oh, is that what that was? It felt a little, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I'm not blessed with magics like the rest of you.
Is the exact way you should describe it.
Hmm. I'm not sure, honestly, whether being like aggressively proactive or just kind of rolling with whatever phenomena is nearby is the play here. Because most of our getting to this point seems to be the grabbing onto whatever's nearby, seeing where it goes.
Right, but we're about to not be in the Feywild anymore. Shadowfell plays by very, very
Oh
different
yes,
rules.
no, point to you, sir.
Where here, generosity is not only expected, but almost required.
Reciprocity is required.
Reciprocity, right? Not like that. No manners. I have no manners.
You don't.
Sounds awful.
You don't really stand on the same kind of ceremony after you've died.
You know.
Before
So
we depart, I'm 100% in favor of either going back to the port because Tentaculus was a fine gentleman who treated us well, and one presumed that a port and a portal can't be that far apart in the Fey dictionary. But also, I did notice something before I was completely asleep last night. Tremaine is obviously here because, well, obviously, I don't think I need to explain that. You, Scott, are chasing down Lorraine, and despite being, kind of in a weird spot in your life, you have a specific connection to what we're doing. My former student or future student, and he holds up the Flo's pendant. He goes,
Sweet pea.
is both connected to Tremaine and also me, apparently, and is key to this thing sorting itself out because she's out of place somehow. But Bob isn't yet. So I'm wondering, Bob, if your mistress, and I know she's not from the Shadowfell, but I'm wondering if she ever had an association with a dragon or a plan to take over something or ambitions to deal with some great magical force. Because I would hate for us to get all the way to the thing and then have another chess piece here on the board unbeknownst to us.
DM, could Bob tug at the strings of his memories to see if he may have spotted or been complicit in helping his mistress achieve any of the things that Simon is asking about?
Give me a intelligence check. No difficulty on this one because you're going to get something no matter what.
really rack my brain about
Okay.
20
it.
beats a level 6.
So, with what you know, your mistress, like most of the drow, definitely feels entitled to land and territory that is not their own, resources that are not their own, and she has had dealings with some of the surface dwellers that could have assisted in those sort of capacities. Um, she did have some ambitions towards taking over areas that had a lot of, like, now you would get the idea that it's maybe something along the lines of magical potential, something that would have been easy to sort of stick her own influence into, something that she could have tried getting a bit more of that kind of like charm, but in a really dark way. Uh, Charisma, that's what I'm looking for. Something that should be able to sort of unleash her charisma into and keep the territory a little more stable. So it's one of those things where if she won extra land, if she won extra territory, if she won extra resources, she was the type who wanted to just keep them. She didn't like the back and forth that was really common amongst drought conflicts. She wouldn't go into a fight unless she was confident she could win. And you would know that she has had dealings that could potentially lead into, the domains of other people, but you don't think of any that would have had to do with a dragon. You do, however, know that she did get offered some things that would have had dragon influence on them. So she didn't necessarily go seeking them out, but you do know that there was profit to be made from them and that she did trade in it.
Piece of bacon.
Mm.
Where did you?
What?
Never mind.
My mistress, very talented, very of land, territory, resources, and influence. Not quite as flippant with such things as others of our station. She was confident, assured of her victories, and always maintained what she. But never for much more than that. She did not, as far as I could tell, have ambitions for other realms, although perceivably it could be done. Acquired quite a collection of magical potential in her conquests. And she was gifted quite a few artifacts of potentially draconic descent, but never something she sought. Merely gets gifts from dignitaries and adventurers who wish to gain her favor.
That's probably not enough to go on, but I would say that we should keep an eye out for her influence, just in case we don't actually know who the puppet versus the puppet master is in these things. As I understand it, that's what your dark elves get off on is making others do the difficult bits.
Control is the main course of power within Ledgermain. Control over people, control over magic, and control over oneself primarily. I should have you all know that if we do encounter anyone from my mistress's house, I will be quite difficult. Old habits die hard, and I will need your help to break them, so to speak.
You got it, Bob. We'll just offer you your bacon.
I do feel rather invincible while holding this within my grasp.
You look good.
It's a natural reaction, I think. I can't even find fault with it.
Yeah.
Now, what about Eben's spell?
I was actually
Would
gonna
he
ask,
have encountered
your
your
matriarch,
mistress?
was she the type that sought weak males to be her mates, or did she seek out very powerful males? I know there's a dichotomy of thought about this in the city.
I'm going to assume that his mistress was looking for the good stock, so to
Yes,
speak.
very much. Yeah.
My mistress would not be bothered with weak mates. Her favored mate was actually a quite talented war chief of her own army. That weakness is far beyond Adam Vora.
Do you think it would be possible that she
Is
entered
this
into something with this Eben spell fellow?
is this Eben spell fellow a drow?
No,
Looks at
he's a
Simon.
human. But I would not put it past him to conjure a whatever was necessary in order to achieve his goals.
Well,
To lie about who he was.
if this Eben spell used illusions to deceive my, I assure you all that it would very likely use him just as much as he is attempting to use her. Perhaps even more aggressively so. If Ebenspell is seeking the aid of my mistress, he will find himself in a much more difficult position than even we. I believe the colloquialism is, you do not fuck with the drow.
Yep, that's about right.
All right. Well, how do we feel about the port authority?
I'm pleased to go and visit the old chap. He seemed like a nice man.
Can't hurt.
I think if anyone has an idea about how to get to the Shadowfell, it will be him.
He is an authority
All
on
right.
ports.
Dutch passports.
Is I look
There's a little bacon grease
for
on it.
yeah. How did that? Anyway, who is the manager here? Hello, anyone in charge?
They're sort of, screwing. Manager, manager. What's a manager? What's a manager? And we'll see if we can whip one up for you.
Well,
Is it?
no, you could probably answer the question. We're looking to get back to the port. Since we found that the gates of hospitality are closed, we're looking to transport somewhere. I'm really not super keen on what do you call it? Slugging our way back through this whole swampy area. Is there a quick way back to the port that you might be able to provide us?
You guys would know that you've backtracked a significant amount. So like,
Oh, we have? Okay.
yeah, like it would not. You're pretty close to the port authority. You would know how to get there without difficulty. You can ask them for like a ride or something if you want. But you're going to have to go nearby to dump the baggage.
Yeah, in order to go to the port, we would like to go via some sort of transport.
Huh. Oh, that's very. That's very. Oh.
I just
Well, I will go see what I can do for that. I do hear that one of the local giant worms has been considering their gender of multiple fashions, so that could be a good transport for you.
Yeah.
So
Her name is
we've
Portia.
we've one upped my pun. We've taken my perfectly good pun and we've doubled it up. Fine. Wonderful for you. I'm happy. Bob.
We also have some porta potties that, but I don't think I would
No.
recommend those. Kind of a shitty way to travel.
I'm going to try and be a good support
Can the GM
for
get
all of your nonsense.
XP?
Bob, I think we need to do something with your luggage before we go because it's sitting in the room being dangerous.
Be dangerous.
yes. Where, pray tell, must I dump my field luggage?
You need to go back to the office with the luggage once it's been packed up, and they will help you dispose of it appropriately so it can be recycled. The Gates of Hospitality have been trying to really get into the reuse sort of policies. They'll unravel what's in there, and again, the secondhand trauma is going to be spread about appropriately, and we'll pull what we can out of it. Get some good grit in there.
But my understanding was the gates were closed.
Yes. That you can't go through them to get to another realm at the moment, but we do still send what we have been asked. The tax thing is something we're still trying to figure out. It seems somewhat similar to tributes, as far as we can tell. There's a lot more of these, and he's gonna kind of like. Ew,
I don't want to be
people.
racist, Bob, but this smacks of Metzel Baranzin.
That's fair. There was something oddly comforting about the amount of bureaucracy we have gone through here.
The whole tribute thing. Anyway, we'll sort out the Gates of Hospitality. If you can get us... yes, we're going to take the baggage back to the office. No problem. Got you covered. And we'll meet our gender non-specific worm, hopefully, soon.
Yes. I will talk to they use they them pronouns, but as far as I know, their name is Portia at the moment, so we'll get something sorted out.
Is that a third pun on top of my pun? Because starting to
This is
feel
punishing
levels
for you. Oh,
of-
I do apologize for that.
At painful levels
I-
of punnery at this point. We must move on.
going to punt my response and be out of here.
I'm about to punch the next person who makes it up.
I want to die.
I don't know if that was Cliff or Scott. Who said that?
I feel like it's one and the same at that point. Have you guys ever seen those shorts of Legends of Evantris?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the one with Bitsy and the Dread from the DM?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
they're like,
I
you know,
think I
talking to
have,
character and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I've got a dread from the DM.
Well, I put my hand in the trick or treat box and I got a Dread from the DM. And it's just it's the most disconcerting thing. I'll find it. I'll put it in the chat. But I do think right now would be an excellent time for a 10-minute break while you guys head back and get your baggage in order. And get some relief from all of the puns.
As
Y'all
we
looking a
know,
little punchy.
you gotta be careful.
Be careful. That's weird.
It made Joe get out of her chair and go for a walk. That's fucking amazing. you back, Kev, or no? No. I thought you said you give him a little tug.
Gotta jumpstart him, you know?
I can imagine how horrified my last first aid instructor would be at that whole clip. I know. I'll CPR you, buddy. you know someone's a pro at CPR when that's the phrase they use. Hey, don't worry. I'll CPR you. Please don't.
What does CPR stand for? It's like the R is resuscitation, right?
Cardiopulmonary.
Cardiopulmonary. For some reason I was thinking chest push.
Cardio of the heart, pulmonary pump, resuscitation. Start the heart pumping again. Remember, of course, the first thing that they tell you in cardiopulmonary in CPR training is if the person's heart is not beating at all, you're not going to start it. They're dead. And you're like, what is the point of the next 8 hours? And they're like, generally what happens to the heart is not that it's not moving, it's not doing something. It's that it's not coordinated in what it's doing. It's having a fibrillation. So the heart's doing this and the blood isn't going anywhere. Mm-hmm. As long as that's still happening, sorry, I got a cracker in my throat. As long as that's still happening, you can convince the heart to get back on track with the thing it's doing and pump in unison again.
Right.
But yeah, if the heart is stopped, if someone has actually, this is a thing that they teach you, that TV and movies teach us that's completely wrong. If the heart has flatlined, they're dead. You can shock them all day. It makes no difference.
Really? Even like the
makes no difference. You have to have some kind of heart electrical activity still going. The flatline means no electrical activity. But I guess squiggly lines don't look good on TV. I don't know.
Yeah. Flatline is much more dramatic.
Yep. Have you heard of Tales from Wood Creek?
No.
It is a YouTube series from Deborah Ann Wool, the Dungeon Dudes, and a few other semi-famous folks, some of whom are Canadian, some of whom are
Oh,
American.
It's the lady who did the famous interview.
Yes. She's in Marvel's Punisher. I think, yeah. If you are looking for something, yeah, you have to watch it because it's very visual, because there's a lot of props and stuff involved. But you're looking for something light and fun and D&D related that is only like less than an hour per episode. I highly recommend it. We've watched the first 2 episodes at a watch party with the people on my other server. So if you want to get invited to the next one, I'll add you to my other server.
Yeah, that would be great. It would also be great if I had the opportunity to sit in on the that game that you're running. If you're still considering me as a player, I don't know if one of the other players has done it.
I went with Kevin's friend who he had talked to prior.
Gotcha.
But if you want to spectate still, can be arranged. I just want the new player to settle in for a session or two. She's super nervous. She sat in on one session just because I wanted her to see what the game was about and everything else, and she thought it was cool. She is a little thrown off because, like, most of Joe's tables were very complimentary to one another and like super supportive about everything everybody tries in RP and everything else. And she's just not used to that. Used to like people giving her a like your brothers and sisters giving you a hard time. And it's like we do give people a hard time, but it's certainly not the way we start.
Talk about Becca.
Mm-hmm. Becca had a really great conversation. I am glad she asked about, but it was also very funny. She goes, "So is swearing okay?" And I'm like, yeah, swearing's fine. I'm like, my NPCs swear, but not. It's not like their main feature usually.
Not excessively or anything.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, and then she goes, "What about words like cock and cunt? Are the worse words like that? Is that okay too?" And I'm like, "Still, yes, that's fine." She was really nervous about making a character with the potty mouth and bringing it to the table unbidden, and I was like, I really appreciate it, and I'm also incredibly amused at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
No, like she plays with me on Saturdays, and I am not any more tethered on Saturdays than I am on Sundays.
Yeah.
Y'all who have played with me for years know I do not hold back when I swear. I've got quite a sailor's mouth myself.
It was very respectful of the table, but it is funny to also make a distinction between the severity of just swear words and the word cock.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, in my mind, cock is like not very. Cunt is like pretty bad.
Yeah, clearly you're not British.
True, of all the C words, cunt is pretty.
It is
pretty out there.
Will make people clutch their pearls out in public.
Yeah.
Unless you're Australian, in which case.
Unless you're Australian, in which case.
Yeah, Australian or British, and it's
between
just
you and your friend.
Just a silly cunt. Oh, okay. What the hell? Sure, we're all speaking English. We swear. We swear it's the same language.
We swear often. I mean, it's the same language. Yeah.
It's not as different as Arabic dialects, let me tell you. Try to get an Egyptian and Iraqi to talk to each other? Shit.
Well, like in Africa, is that not why Swahili is popular? Is because it's like, we're not going to try and speak exactly someone else's language. We're going to use this sort of common tongue and not argue too much about it.
I don't know about necessarily Swahili. I'm not super familiar with African languages. In Arabic, we have MSA. But if you just speak MSA, you sound like a robot.
Mm-hmm. But it will get you through a financial transaction.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, that's true.
Like if you absolutely need a thing, sounding like a robot's better than not speaking the language, I guess.
True.
For sure. I guess for the purposes of military, they want you to be able to sound like a native. Not that I could ever pass as...
Yeah, there's some other problems. Like there's a lot of sun tanning that's going to have to go on before you're even in the neighborhood. On the radio, though, you could pass as an Arab, right?
When I graduated DLI, maybe. Yeah. It also, even within a country, it can vary a lot. Like the difference between the Cairo accent, El Qahira, and what they call Asaid, the countryside. Crazy.
It said that people in Britain who are well versed in the language can tell what county you come from just by listening to you talk.
Yep, that guy's Worcestershire.
Yeah, like that's absurd, but it's also like tells you how long the language has been entrenched.
What's extra funny about it too is not only can they tell what county or whatever area you're from, but they can also decide based on how you're talking if they should hate you or not. Just based on how you're talking, because they
I
know
mean-
where you're from, and there's like the semi-political idea of like, oh, you're from this area, I should really just not like you.
I have
Honestly-
a friend from Albania, and he's like, he'll be like, oh, the people from Kosovo, they're okay, but fuck the Serbians, right? And I'm like, I just want you to understand that you are a group of people who speak incredibly similar languages, who look exactly alike, who have been living in the same region for thousands of years. And you hate one another's guts with a passion. Every time racism comes into the conversation, I'm like, you don't need to be racist to hate people. Look at Europe. you can be exactly the same, and you can hate one another with the full throated breath of a the full passion of 1,000 suns. It's fine.
Can Canadians tell provinces? Like, obviously, Quebecois is Quebecois, but like other provinces, are you able to tell generally?
You can tell a Maritimer from a central, like an Ontarian or a Saskatchewanian, because the Newfoundland and Labrador accent is very it's the low class accent, Newfoundland and Labrador. So going down over to the Tim Hortons, a lot of what you think is the like stereotypical Canadian accent, the exaggerated version of that is from Newfoundland. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that from there. And then there is a country accent from Alberta that I don't pick out as well, but I'm sure Joe could tell you what the difference is between an Albertan and a Manitoban or Saskatchewanian. But there's more of a country accent there. And then Ontario accents, because it's the most multicultural and densely populated, tend to be harder to pick out. But again, there's this Ontario country accent that sounds vaguely Southern. Like there's lots of people who, my wife has kind of a Southern accent to some people's ears. And I'm like, where are you from? And she's like, right here. I don't know what you're talking about. It's very weird. But there is a big variety of accents despite the fact that we are only 40 million people.
Yeah. Because that's what I was thinking is like, Great Britain is small. So the differences between counties could be bigger because it's denser. Versus like here in the States, you can distinguish a New Yorker. Some people could distinguish New York, New Jersey. I could definitely distinguish a New Yorker versus a Southerner versus a Cali girl. Versus someone from Seattle versus a Texan.
The problem with Canada is if you were to take the big map of Canada and you were to take a highlighter along a normal like page-size map and draw a line along the southern border, all snaking around through Ontario, all the way out east to west. Are? You would have captured 90% of the people in Canada, literally 90% of the people. So it's like, okay, the variety is, we're not actually that far apart in some ways because we're all on this little tiny band at the bottom.
It's kind of like Egypt. They're all along the Nile.
Just there is a very
left and right.
A northerner Canadian, like a northerner who has learned to speak English, who is likely like Inuit or even like Métis, like mixed breed because of immigration and that, they have a very distinctive like speech pattern. I wouldn't even call it an accent, and it's it's just very easy to pick out. You're like, oh, this person is a native. There's a like a softness and tone to their voice. They don't ever like raise their voice in normal conversation. You kind of have to like focus and listen to them, and they have it's just very subtle. But there's also like the Inuit languages have a bunch of sounds that you like Westerners cannot pick out. Like, and I know that's true of a bunch of languages around the world, but where unless you grew up with the language, you can't hear the difference between vowels, and they look at you like you're stupid. Like I can't.
Yeah, in Arabic, there's Sin and Sod are the names of the letters, but they're just S sounds. Basically, the same sound, but once you get good enough with the language, you could be like, oh, that's a Sin, that's a Sod. No difference vocally, you just kind of know. And the same with he and ha, two different letters. both H sounds. They say one's soft H, one's hard H. There's no fucking difference. They're just bullshit.
There's no fucking difference.
I think this must be how Koreans and Chinese and like Eastern Asian people feel when we're trying to describe the difference between L and R.
I think the other thing that happens that confuses people who speak like Japanese, especially, is Japanese has no there's no syllable emphasis in Japanese. You put every syllable like denyo-san, right? It's not denyo-san or denyo-san. It's denyo-san. It's all even emphasis. It's important in English where you put the emphasis.
Yeah.
Every word you gotta have the right syllable, or you put the emphasis in the wrong
Emphasis
syllable.
on the
and you
appropriate syllable.
then you sound stupid. And I can imagine coming into that as a concept, being like, why does how I like push the sound make a different word? Like, why? That doesn't make any sense.
All right. So, we ready to get back into it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I could talk about linguistics for another hour, but yes.
Yeah, no, I could as well, which is why I had to ask, because otherwise I will. You and I will nerd out for so long. This is like when I'm talking to Natalie about teaching stuff.
To the emotional baggage claim.
For the emotional baggage. Alrighty.
I mean, I know Bob has probably a lot more to get rid of, but I don't actually think a whole session spent getting to the weeds of Bob.
I would like to know, however, if he takes any other tags, if he unloads any other particular emotional baggage, or if anybody else decides that they would like to partake in this, as you do have the baggage available and the tags available to your persons as well.
Hello.
Yes. He is going to fill out another bag for the duty fatigue, the ache of being useful for so long he forgot how to rest, especially now with the bag full of bacon. He's getting used to that one.
What size bag is that one?
That one is like a mid-size,
Okay.
like a traditional like suitcase sized one.
Okay.
And then he's also going to get rid of let's see here. He's also going to drop off a smaller, not a smaller bag, like not a handbag, but a kind of
Like a carry-on bag?
Yeah, like a carry-on bag for nostalgic duty. Missing the exhaustion because at least it gave him purpose.
So we have nostalgic duty, worth for work,
and then duty fatigue.
Duty fatigue.
I kind of don't like that you're writing all those down, Joe.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
But she is worrying about it.
And then he's going to also try to fill a small bag, like an actual handbag size, of old scripts, reflexive behaviors that no longer match who he's become. His friends encourage him to be served instead of serving others for once.
Okay, and what size bag is that one?
That one's a handbag.
Handbag. All right. So we have a handbag of old scripts and behaviors that no longer serve him. We have a carry-on style of nostalgic work. We have a trunk of the worth and value for being the value being your work.
Mhm.
And the duty fatigue was a mid-sized bag, like just a regular size sort of suitcase.
Like a that one is like a slightly smaller suitcase than the
Okay.
mid-size carry-on one.
But don't worry about the specifics aren't important.
No, not at all.
She's very specific. I was just gonna list off a few things. She's like, "What size? How many of those do you got?"
You know,
Scared.
it's just good to be. It's good to have details. for
I'm just
reasons.
wondering if it has anything to do with that horror thing she was talking about, a few years ago.
No, not at all. Never. I told you that was
not to
nothing. You don't
worry
need to worry
about
about that.
I'm a chronic warrior, so
What? No. The person who had so much
Warrior?
anxiety over making imaginary heist.
My face when the DM is writing down all of the horrible things in my character's backstory.
Mhm.
I'm smiling, really. Those are my teeth.
Totally your teeth. Absolutely normal. No worries
Totally
whatsoever.
normal human teeth.
Positioned in a smiling position in my mouth. Now that you can see all of them.
Oh my
man.
god. Okay. Sorry, I need to write this down. Otherwise, I will forget.
I think those are all the things that truly burden old Bob.
The Burdens of Bob.
Burdens of Bob. Yep.
Can that be the title of the episode? Of the
Yeah,
session?
it's pretty good.
The Burdens of Bob.
It's so many
Unburdening
burdens in this
Bob.
bad boy.
Laugh
So many
luggage.
burdens in this Bob. Okay. So you guys, is Bob the only one who's packing away any emotional baggage? Does I won't play it out, but if anybody else is taking baggage, just let me know what the tag is and the size. Simon's good?
Likes the stuff he carries around, yeah.
Perfect. Youngblood is good? All right, and Lady Tremaine, I can't imagine you would be getting rid of this, but I'll ask anyway.
No.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so...
She is, as we've established, a very static character.
Yeah. All right.
In her constant changiness.
So, Bob, when you go to pick up one of the bags, I'm going to say the handbag, 'cause it's nice and small. It is quite heavy.
Oh, the back one is coming back to fight me. This is rather heavy, and I believe this is me size. Would you, taller, stronger gentleman, be willing to aid me in carrying some of the rest? Or perhaps Lady Tremaine with your shapely stone body?
You got it. And she's gonna pile like 2 or 3 bags on top of each other and try to pick all of them up.
Lady Tremaine, these aren't heavy for you at all. But
Bob, it's just you.
Here's the thing. What? Oh, sorry. You are you just lifting those ones up yourself?
Yeah. So she can help Bob carry them.
Okay. So is it you and Bob, or is it just you lifting them that way?
Oh, she was just lifting them herself.
Okay. In that case, they are still very heavy. If it's just you.
Okay. How heavy? Because I got
it's like unreasonably heavy. Like you don't think that you should have this much trouble with something this small.
Okay, but I have 20 in my might pool.
I know. Isn't that weird?
Scott will sidle over really and he's with his fragile trait gonna try to help as well.
Do you which bag do you go for? Do you go for the one that Bob is holding, the one Lady Tremaine is holding, or a different one?
I'll start with the one Bob's holding.
It is light as a feather. It this thing has no weight to you, and Bob, it suddenly doesn't have any weight for you either.
Yeah.
Metaphor.
Let me just beat you over the head with the symbolism.
I
Just
see. We must help you carry them. Okay.
Yes. I've got an idea.
Bob tries to set, with some help from his friends, set all of them kind of stacked on top of each other. And then he kind of clambers up on top of all of the bags and says,
"Away we go."
Your chariot awaits.
Maybe Lady Tremaine could assist.
She's absolutely
As
going
soon
to.
as
Need
two
to
people
lift
are
some
holding
heavy
on to it, it's
rocks.
light as a feather. Because shared burdens are always lighter. All right. So as you get by with a little help from your friends, you head out to your transportation. And you see somebody who looks to be a rather long, almost draconic, not quite. They're a little bizarre. They seem to be figuring out their own sort of aesthetic. And yes, this is Portia, your transportation.
Oh, the Porsche puns are starting, and I really don't want
Do it! Do it!
slow down
Do
the
it!
narrative here. Is Portia's last name Cayenne?
It is!
Oh, okay. We're going to
Thank you.
ride in style.
Luxury.
Yes, Portia is our finest transportation here, and well, you are kind of VIPs as the baggage that you're about to unburden yourself is going to do a lot for our numbers here, and I just learned what those were.
Gave
So
Mercedes, you gave Mercedes the day off. That's nice.
yes, she's a little high maintenance. Um,
I get so Simon gets on and he helps Scott on, and he looks at Scott and he goes, every so often I start thinking about the actual process of what we're doing, and I get very uncomfortable, and I can see that's happening to you in this moment. So how about you and I agree to do less thinking about it, and we just ride the Porsche Cayenne Transworm port.
That's how you do it, Tremaine says as she hops on.
You can hear me?
Listen, I'm proficient in chillaxing. It's not the head empty vibes thing that's getting to me. I'm reaching a boiling point of puns.
You could have
And
put them
it's-
all in a bag.
I left the spares back at the room. I'm so sorry.
You know what? I think I'll survive.
I didn't see a tag for pun fatigue. Unfortunately.
yes, the potential is rather bad. All right.
Oh my ears.
Scott's head explodes.
Like Looney Tunes, there's just a burning little stick left on his shoulders.
Someone clean that up.
All right. So yes, as you go through the room, take your complimentary shampoo and bars of soap and all the little bits of snacks that you might as well because they're there. You hop onto your transportation and you head back to the the office of Lost and Found Purpose.
Along the way, the shampoo and the soap talks about how nice her clothes are. Complimentary.
One XP for you. One XP for
just a piece of moss.
Just a piece of moss.
I read somewhere you should never forget your towel.
Heyo. All right. So, back at the office of Lost and Found Purpose, you are back in front of the luggage carousel, and you've got some rather weighty materials there.
Hand, someone, if you would so kind. You have to wait for me to touch it as well, young man.
Right.
He reaches out
Patience
and
of youth.
grabs one side.
And
I like
yes,
to
there's
imagine
a
there's at least one bag where he's like Bob holds onto it, and then as like Scott overdoes it and just lifts both him and Bob, or the bag and Bob into the air and sets them both on the
certainly.
carousel.
And he's like,
All
oh,
right.
wait, shit. Get back here.
Ooh. There is a very tidy woman there. Yes. So, I understand you have some baggage you would like to unload.
Yes, the large trunk, the 2 medium-sized bags, and the small handbag. Those are all from me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do they have any potent materials? Any particularly condensed trauma? Any bloody memories? Anything of that sort?
Yes, quite a few.
Oh, excellent, excellent. That is something that is proving to be quite valuable in the recycling program. Relux will be quite pleased with what we're able to offer. Could you please tell me?
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but did you
Yes,
say relax?
yes,
Okay.
yes. There's the Relux recycling program.
Tremaine leans over to Simon and says, "That's the name of the dragon, right?"
Yes, it's 5 letters long.
I hear he goes by halitosis now.
Can you hear me?
So, this relax recycling program, this has been instituted with the new procedures.
Yes, 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 that is indeed true. We're finding that the emotional potency is somewhat lacking, but if we take these, kind of unwanted things, the emotional baggage, package it up, it has a nice it's rather dense in terms of whatever it is that he's doing with it, and he kind of leaves us alone if we can send off enough in his direction.
Which is his direction, namely.
Oh, that would be at the gates of welcome, the gates of hospitality.
Which are closed.
Closed. Yeah.
I haven't been trying to leave the realm, but that is my understanding. Yes.
He allows
So then-
this baggage through.
Yes, it does. It does get sent in his direction. It's all searched to make sure that there's nothing untowards. I don't really know what they do once it arrives. All I know is that once that is paid off, we aren't really compelled to give up other things of ourselves. We can kind of leave this alone, and he leaves us alone, and we get to go about our business. Some things have changed. We have the hotel now, and this used to be a bit more of a lyrical sort of exchange. We were a little less picky about the sort of memories that we would take, but now we're having to be a bit more selective to be more efficient. And he kind of shudders as he says that.
Diamond is visibly disappointed when he hears that the
Sorry,
luggage is searched.
yeah. Ugh.
He's just like, searched. Thought we had a good one there.
And so this relax demands this of you. What, pray tell, was he demanding before the luggage became a commonplace thing?
Oh, well, we had a few of the Archfey that went, and they haven't come back. And then we had, well, Joy got to be, they called it taxing. And so it was then, well, we had to, oh, what was that horrible thing that they came up with? Rationed. It was rationed. And so we had a curfew for when the songs had to go about. And then the types of memories that became, the ones that were particularly glittery or the ones that
I
gave you the
think we
great
see the way this
size.
is trending. What was the implied outcome were you to not pay the taxes?
Well, the longer we went not doing it, the harder it became to not do it. And some people who didn't have anything to offer, they ended up sort of making memories, and it's kind of like if you tried to, a snake trying to eat its own tail to satisfy its hunger. Eventually, they sort of consumed themselves and became husks. It's messy business. That's why we have this going on. It's helping
Yes, yes.
everything stay very stable.
Great
was
idea.
this relax the institutor of this procedure, or was he simply a side effect of?
I wouldn't know. It was something where everything seemed to be tilting in that direction, and that's just that was just the end goal that I heard about. I'm sorry, I'm not much of a traveler myself.
Quite all right. I
vibe.
appreciate your willingness to share. Yeah. See, traveling through the area.
Oh, I'm
Just
afraid that
wish to-
sharing does have a little bit of a expectation of tip. You do have
Right.
tips on you, don't you?
I poke him with the tip of one of my arrows.
Oh, wonderful, thank you. Still trying to get the habit of that. And he just goes and kind of tries to pull the end of your arrow off. Would you mind helping me out?
Oh yeah.
Well,
He'll
I'll give you another
snap the
tip.
arrow and
You
hand
can
one half to
whenever
him.
you're trying to get a blood stain out, you should use cold water. Works much better.
Oh, very useful. Writes it down, puts it in the jar. Thank you. Right, so
I have back him. Perhaps
Scott's
you'll enjoy it.
freaking out.
Your student, dark magic.
Yes. Happens.
He's a vibe-mancer. Yeah, dark magic. Evanspell, right? That was it.
Yeah.
He's a
You're
Locked
vibe-mancer.
in.
You said
He
it the
does the
second time,
vibes.
but it made
He
less
shifts the
sense the
vibes.
second time.
Yes, no, he's a dark elemental magic. But I mean, when we're talking about dark elements, I suppose when he really started to get into the weeds, that yes, emotional energy could be considered an elemental force of the universe. I'm going to admit, sometimes the student gets a little bit ahead of the teacher in the reading.
So they say the vibe shifted. Like that's the reason everybody's doing the things is because they're used to following the vibe here. That's what you do. But when the vibe is being artificially manipulated,
So, Scott, I'm going to give this one to you because you don't know this because you're not in my brain, but Scott, in this strange world that I've concocted, probably would make this link. Everything that is getting put into this baggage are elements of Bob. So, like, these are elements of himself, like things that are core, like that's why the luggage has such weight. So, something that's that sort of dense. Think about trying to build with clay versus
The black
building
hole.
with, what's that?
Black hole. Density.
Yeah, you could be feeling like, but I mean, again, we don't know what's in the middle of that. But it's more along the lines of these are something that's going to be in the same sort of potent usage. This is something that you could probably build with the same way you build with any other element.
What does Bob know about the cursed horn of Maya?
What does Bob know about the cursed horn of Maya?
Oh no.
Because Kevin.
It's a throwaway line in the backstory. That's what Bob knows.
I think if you want to do that, y'all got to role play that one for me. Because why does that one come to mind? Like, what happened there? I'll give you an answer, but
we had a discussion about it. I don't think Bob was present
yeah,
Yeah.
because Kevin was away. But if we're talking
Bob
about
was
dark
there.
magic,
Like Kevin wasn't, but Bob was.
Present.
Yeah.
You'll need to remind me that Kevin
Right.
was not present. What you guys were
So-
talking about.
we were talking about dark magic, and we suspect that Shadespeare, he went and acquired or fucked around with this horn, being a dark magic guy. And my immediate thought was just a horn that is the opposite of plenty. So like a negative cornucopia, if you could imagine something like that, is what this dark horn of Maya would supposedly represent. A void that needs to be, or that consumes.
I mean, cursed horn
endlessly.
of Maya. It was the thing that he knew about when he first arrived, my oldest student, and it was the thing that he was still seeking despite my years of teaching him.
And so does Bob know anything about this horn?
Could
ahead.
I do like a history check or something to see if I've perhaps read about this thing? Bob likes to.
does like to read. What does Bob like to read about?
I imagine Bob spends his time reading anything he can. It helped him greatly in
Sorry, I'm
becoming
picturing
the
Bob reading
distinguished
like
gentleman that he
manga
is.
and weird, like little cozy novels.
He showed so like he reads heavy like technical tomes, like historical tomes, stuff like that, but he also reads smaller stuff. Like he recognized the goofy book about towers that uh Simon was talking about. Like
Mhm.
he's perused in his 150 years of life. He has perused his mistress's library extensively.
All right.
What difficulty would you like this to be?
If he's perused his mistress's library extensively, he's pretty fucking old.
Mhm. Yeah.
This is another one where you're gonna get something no matter what. Let's see how high you roll.
I have just taken an advancement to gain training in history, so this is
Oh, very good.
Can I give
But-
him the help action?
How would you help him out?
I would conjure an image with hedge magic of what I believe the horn to look like.
Absolutely.
Cool. All 3 of my levels of effort in as he thinks real fucking hard about it. It's a small roll, but I got a lot of stuff put into it, so.
It wasn't a 1. That's all we're happy about. 2 plus 15?
Okay.
17.
17 total.
It's a
So,
5.
yeah, it's a small roll, but as you say, you put a lot into it. This is something. This is something that your mistress has also been trying to find. This is something that Scott is right on the money. It basically creates the equivalent of kind of like a usable black hole. It pulls in energy. It pulls in the potential of something. It pulls in power. And it concentrates it into something that can be transformed into a usable material. So it could be pulling magic into something that becomes explosive. It could be pulled into something that makes magic, cold, or it could be pulled into something that makes magic shield. It basically is concentrating power into something that is sort of the magical equivalent of stem cells. It's you pull this in and it concentrates it into such a dense thing that you can make anything with it. So you get the idea that if you could master this use, then you could do, well, it would kind of be limited by your imagination.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
Just above table, it's giving people the power that Lady Tremaine has in her own
Effectively.
realm.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, it's a lot clunkier than what Lady Tremaine can do because she has her whole realm built with the stability of this. This is something where it has to trickle in. Think of like when you tap a maple tree, how it has to drip, drip, drip out. It's using the force of gravity,
just like to say,
float down.
As you do commonly, not in Canada.
I'm like, yes, the
Sorry.
very common experience that everyone knows.
It's funny to me, Joe, because every time you do it, I look around at the faces and I'm like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
They have maple
Here's the
trees
thing.
in the U.S.
Not everyone
She
does.
refers to very. Okay, so Joelle has specific experiences that literally no one else has, and I've got to the point where if I hear one, I'm like, okay, yeah, it makes sense to her. I'll go with it. I can use
I was
my
happy to go with
imagination to
it.
find.
It's
I
just
can use my
very
imagination
funny.
to find the end. Yes.
You know,
so funny.
like you
Well,
tap a
I also-
maple tree. Like
What?
I also
Is it
find
that
it
typical
often?
Canadian activity.
Yeah.
Is it that frequent? Like,
Well, it sounds Canadian because
Okay.
Canadians and maple syrup go together. But the funny part for me is I know when she says, "Do you know when?" and it is common, and I know when it's niche, but I always know what the niche reference is because I'm way closer culturally to Joe than I am to the rest of you.
Right,
And I'm
yeah.
like, oh, let me explain this to everybody. It's like when she drops a French word, and I'm like, I should probably mention that that's a French word and it has a specific meaning that she didn't realize. Oh, anyway.
Okay.
It's like the
It's
je
a
ne sais
fun
quoi,
Joe
you
thing
know?
that you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You know, that thing that's common that people do.
I feel like I have a special place in this party. Like, where would we be without the
It's
bridge
ecosystem.
of Greg? Yeah, like
Greg skirts
Where would
the
we be
line
without
of
our translator?
Just Canadian enough and just American enough.
no,
Greg,
figure this out.
Greg, the bridge between worlds.
Yeah, look at me. That's what do you think when you look at me?
So Bob looks at everybody and says,
Oh.
Sorry,
Oh,
just
okay.
there's something else that you would have figured out
Oh,
before
yeah.
you go into that. So your mistress was looking for this.
Hmm.
She's pretty sure she knew where to find it, and it was in the Shadow Realm. It was going to be under the protection of the Raven Queen, and your mistress is pretty damn powerful, but she's not gonna fuck with the Raven Queen.
Yeah, you don't fuck with the Raven Queen.
No, she does not fuck with the Raven Queen, but you do wonder if somebody else were to get it out from under the Raven Queen, if she might be prepared to maybe move in and rehome it.
I'm sorry, friend. I have done you a disservice by being lost in my own thoughts for so long that I forgot to provide you with very important information. As we're offloading this package and this kind individual has discussed exactly where it's going, I'm recalling about the horn that you were discussing previously. My mistress once sought to acquire this horn. Maya?
Yes.
Yeah, it's horn. Maya. It was a mild obsession of hers for a momentary lapse of time, but unfortunately for us, she determined it was too dangerous, as it belongs to the Raven Queen of the Shadowfell. It can be used, my studies I have determined, would be used to convert one form of magic or energy into another more malleable, destructible form. So it would be this dragon, Relax, is using it to fabricate something. What? I'm not sure, but that seems to be the case.
Ebonspell intends to reorganize, remake the various planes in a, and I put this in the largest quotation marks I currently have available in my vocabulary, better arrangement. He would not have hesitated to take something from the Raven Queen because he was the sort of individual who would reassure himself of his worth by doing something bold, risky, and I mean, something other people would consider unreasonable and stupid.
You did teach him history, right?
I tried, Scott.
Tarsus's Folly? No?
Went through the whole Icarus thing twice.
So, you believe that Ebonspell wishes to use the power of the Fae to reconstruct the realms as we know them, using this horn of Maya. Is that your belief?
I mean, he pretty much told me that was his intention and that, to live up to his potential, he didn't really even care if he survived, but that the effort would make him someone worth remembering was the sense that I got. He's a
just to be
damaged
clear.
individual.
What is a legacy? Planting
Mm,
seeds
so
in a garden you
it's-
never get to see.
What the fuck? And just to be clear, Simon,
Hey,
shooting him in the face is off of the table.
No, shooting him in the face as first go is off the table.
Ah,
Have you? I know you're not deeply ingrained in the magical world, but generally, the first thing a powerful wizard does when concocting a plan is think about the people who would try and shoot him in the face, and the many ways in which that might turn out badly without him lifting a finger. That's the easy bit of wizarding. You know, we have letters you can just write down in a doorway and you walk across it and that's the end of it? Crazy shit I'm talking about.
Crazy shit indeed.
shit, I'm talking about.
So, are you guys having this conversation while you're like trying to dump the baggage, or like do you go to the side to do it?
Yeah, no, it's just happening.
Yeah, it's just happening. Why
Alrighty.
not?
Yeah.
Can I please get Greg, roll me a d20, please.
I like a good D20 roll. Do I want high or low?
Y'all want high.
Come on, 20. Yeah, 14.
Pretty good.
Okay. Okay. Bob, can you please roll me a d4?
Yeah.
Scott and Lady Tremaine, can you roll me a d4 as well?
I mean, I guess.
Wow. 2 ones.
3 ones.
3 ones!
Oh, you guys are so lucky. Okay. So, as you guys are discussing these existential horrors, the baggage handlers are getting a little uncomfortable. And they're trying to pretend they can't hear you. They're trying to just do their work, but you've made them a little bit nervous, and nervous people are not the most, well, let's just say they didn't do well on their speed check, and they drop a few things. And, yeah, some of those bags are bursting a little open. They were maybe not as meticulously packed as Bob's was. Now, fortunately for you, the big trunk does not come open.
Bob's big trunk.
Yeah.
Couldn't
I
have
would like to
anything,
cast
arcane locked.
Sorry, what was the thing you said?
Yeah. It was locked by a spell.
Yeah, it was locked by
the
a
big trunk
spell.
couldn't have.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. I would like to read the mind of someone who drops something and see what they're like. Basically, are they thinking what they're going to have to do
Absolutely.
when stuff goes wrong? Like, presumably they have a plan for this, or an approach.
All right.
That's
So,
presuming a lot.
as soon as your little handbag of old scripts and behaviors that no longer serve spills over, they scramble trying to get all the bits back in, all the little, again, this one looks to be like a bunch of literal scripts is kind of how it manifested. And you read the mind of the first person trying to push it forward. They kind of look like a little gangly teenager, like, oh no, 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 I don't want to, and you feel in their mind, Bob, what would be a thing that you would have told yourself repeatedly?
like a mantra or something like
Yeah,
that.
like a little negative self-talk that would have been common.
Not seen, not heard, not important.
The young man starts to chant, not seen, not heard, not important, not seen, not heard, not important, not seen, not heard, not important. And I'm going to roll. Actually, no, it's more fun when you guys do it. Scott, roll me a d4.
Another one.
So many D4s.
Any even number is fine. I'm just doing odds and evens. All right. He manages to shake this one off. He manages to get the bag pulled closed, but he looks a little shaken. And as you read his mind, you get the impression that if he had not been able to do so, he would have been joining the materials on that conveyor belt, that he would have been sent along with all the rest of the baggage because he would have been unable to separate himself from it.
Is there
Yikes.
anything else spilled at the moment?
Yes, there are a couple other things, but they are pretty minor. So
So-
those. Go ahead.
I am going to use Dream Becomes Reality, and I am
Mhm.
going to create two. Well, I'm going to use it twice if I can. I'm going to create two brooms with extreme one like long bristled and one push broom, and I'm going to pull them out of reality and hand one to Scott and one to Bob, and be like, "We got to tidy up."
Do you just
Yes, of
like
course.
leap back there and try to help him out?
Yeah. Bob doesn't think
Absolutely.
twice when someone tells him to tidy up. He's gone.
Can you please give me a speed check? The difficulty on this one is going to be a bit higher, though. This one is a difficulty 6.
Do they get an asset for having a broom?
Yes, yes, they do actually.
A little out there, but could I use sleight of hand for this?
Why is that out there? Of course you can.
Okay, I don't know. Because thinking of sleight of hand and use for pushing a broom sounded a little out there to me, but
Well, no, because okay, have you ever tried to like when a mouse is running around and like in cartoons and movies and stuff, they use a broom to try to like get it back into place?
Yeah, to shoo it into a
Yeah,
particular way.
you're effectively trying to do that. Like this is not static
Okay.
material that is just spilled out. You are actively trying to get it back in there, and it doesn't want to go. Success from Bob and success from Scott. All right.
My boys.
So, the first bag, that one has a bit of it's like marbles that are leaving a trail of ooze behind them. And Scott, you look at that and you think, oh man, that's kind of like your ennui if it had gone rotten, if it had started to ferment. And yeah, you carefully manage to avoid staining yourself with it. One of the brownies touches it and briefly like panics as they try to get it off, like it's some toxic chemical. And Bob, you look around and you see that these things are skittering about, kind of like a bunch of spiders. Like they're really like they're fast, they're dexterous, and you're just like, oh hell no, because you are quite adept at sweeping away pests, and you manage to get them back in the box that they came from in no short order. But go ahead.
Bob sees all of these things skittering about and just does a way too flashy like spin of the broom and then like holds and he's like
Child's play.
he just goes
Let's tidy up,
Oh.
boys. This is a badass line for like the lamest movie.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You ever watch
Go ahead.
Mystery Men?
Oh yeah.
Mystery Men has these second-rate superheroes, and the one called the Shoveler, and he literally just shovels, and he's like, I shovel. It's William H. Macy. I shovel very well. And you're like, okay.
So funny.
Good to know.
His wife is just like, honey, you shovel better than any man I know.
Mystery Men, you say?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, add it to the list.
Amazing movie. I love it.
All right. Yeah, as
Hey, that has
you
Graham
guys
Greene in it. Anyway.
as you guys are gathering all of the things that have spilled forward, you see that there's something sort of rumbling about in the back. Things have become a little less organized than they would like, and you see a unusual sort of creature coming out.
Is the creature in the shape of a cliffhanger?
It is a creature in the shape of a cliffhanger. How very astute of you to notice. And shocking nobody, I am sure.
You've lost it.
Nope. It is here, it's just taking a while.
Ah.
Oh. Where is Rincewind when you need him?
Damn, it's Lucy.
Not
But
particularly
yeah,
goosey.
your emotional baggage, fortunately, has not powered it up. So you're gonna have to untangle it and get it back on the conveyor belt. Or you could leave them to their own devices and let them take care of it, because it's not technically your job.
We're
The fact that this is in the
heroes.
style of a Japanese painting for some reason is just the weirdest thing. It's like, why? Why is the luggage Japanese?
I don't know, but I liked it. It made me laugh.
It's a kaiju, you see.
Yes.
Ah, yes. I would
Um,
love to conjure Rincewind and his luggage and see him go toe to toe. I just feel like, I'm sorry, most of you don't know who Rincewind is. Only Joe.
Oh, that's sad. They
Yeah.
need to read it.
Rincewind is the character in Terry Pratchett's first Discworld book, who is a wizard, and you know that because he has the word wizard, WIZZARD, printed on his wizard hat. Who is the very reluctant hero, but by the end of the first book, a essentially what looks like a mimic, but a big piece of sentient luggage has kind of adopted him and protects him. I would very much like the sentient luggage in this fight on my side.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could conjure one.
Yeah, I probably dreamed about it.
I'm sorry.
We can give
it a
it a
Yeah,
shot.
probably.
Books.
Well, okay. If you want to read an absolutely excellent series of satire and humor and incredibly incisive stuff, I will help you start reading Discworld happily. But you do not
Do
start
not
at the
start at the beginning. Yeah.
It's
No,
one of
it's
those
painful.
series.
No, if it is painful if you try to start at the beginning, because it's like it's full of inside jokes, and it's like it's more fun to start Star Wars than Episode 4.
But because that was the intended beginning.
Well, I mean, it depends. The thing is, about Discworld, Terry Pratchett had not figured out what kind of books he was going to write in this world until about book 5. And then the books are grouped by the kinds of people in the stories. Even though they all exist in the same world, it would be like reading a book about Waterdeep, a book about Baldur's Gate, a book about Drizzt, and going back to Waterdeep, and then back to Neverwinter, and then back to Waterdeep, and then to Drizzt, if you read them in order. And you would be going like, okay, this is great. They're all in the same world. I kind of get what the connections are, but why do I have to keep hopping between the main character? If it's it's fairly well established. If you want to read all the equivalent of the Drizzt books, there are like 8 or 9 of them, and you can read them all in order, and they all make sense. And then you can go to the books about Baldur's Gate and read all of them.
I mean, I've been reading the Drizzt books. There's like one that's out of order because it's like the prequel, and then the rest of them are just kind of in order. I mean, there's a couple of weird ones that it's like about Jarlaxle and doing his own thing. Those are pretty fun though. I like Jarlaxle. Anyway,
but in Discworld, they are sorry. We are good for the session?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, no, we're good.
that
was the cliffhanger. You have to go deal with some mismanaged emotional baggage. Not yours though, because you kept it nicely locked away and rolled well.
He's got OCD. It's unavoidable.
So there's my favorite series of the Discworld, or the sub-series, is the City Watch, which is the Samuel Vimes starts out as a drunkard and the captain of the Night Watch, and then as time goes on, he ends up being the captain of a watch, which becomes a much more sort of egalitarian organization that accepts minorities, employs smart people, and then he rises and becomes a commander in the city, and then he's handling political stuff elsewhere. It's a fascinating sort of advancement of the character.
He becomes a duke.
Yeah, he becomes a duke because he marries a duchess. And then there is the Death series, which is a lot more existential, but it tends to be about Death, who is like an anthropomorphic personification of Death, who speaks in all capitals at all times. And usually his
My
granddaughter's
My only
Susan.
knowledge of the Discworld series comes from a trope talk on death that Overly
Yep.
Sarcastic
Yeah.
Productions did, where
Yep.
they talked about how much they loved death in Discworld.
Yeah,
It's
and
so
he's amazing
good.
in Discworld
It's so
because
good.
he keeps he joins the Klatchian Foreign Legion in order to forget that he's Death. But when he forgets that he's Death, Susan ends up getting pressed into his job because somebody has to be Death. Like, it doesn't work without, and she's his granddaughter, adoptive. But yeah, Death's idea about life and humanity is always like contrasted in his sort of his eternalness against the things that are actually going on in the world and the stuff he's struggling with when he gets too close to being human. And then there's the Witches series, which are some of the most strongly feminist things I think ever written by a male author, because Terry
Yeah,
Pratchett
man.
genuinely believed that women were smarter, more clever, and more practical than men ever could be. So the wizards are kind of very powerful buffoons who never do anything that they don't actually absolutely have to do, and the witches get shit done. So the Witches series are, I'm not, like, I don't enjoy them as much just because I don't enjoy some of the characters, but I enjoy the spirit of why they were written. Um, and then there is the Unseen University, which is the big magical university, the headmaster of which doesn't get killed because everyone's afraid that he would get a leg. Like, all the other headmasters have been murdered before him. He's just the biggest badass of them all, so no one tries to murder him. But he also lets things kind of slide around here. So the university is always just disorganized mess of magical, nonsense. And the most
And
organized,
those all sound
smartest
great
person.
individually, but the
Yeah.
series as a whole is like a death book, and then a witch's book, and then a university book, and then back to
Exactly.
this and that, and jumping all over the place.
Yeah, and you're like, what are we doing? And they all occur, and they occur in similar locations, and you see the same place names, and like, characters will pop in. Like, I don't know, do you know the series Chicago PD, Chicago?
Only through
Chicago?
like clips on YouTube.
But those characters
like,
are
Don't
persistent
necessarily
among all
belong
three,
to their own
right?
shows. Yeah.
Yeah, like the cops will show up and bring a patient in who's a prisoner in the Chicago whatever MD or ER or whatever, and then they leave the episode. They're only in it for 5 minutes, and then you watch the same episode that week, and you see them bringing down the perp and having to take him to the hospital. So they're technically the same people in the same situation. Yeah. But you don't have to watch any Chicago PD. You could just watch Chicago Fire or whatever and never touch the other ones. It's a similar kind of thing.
A
Did
small
you finish
thing.
Thud?
Sorry, just
I
because
did.
I don't want to forget. Kevin, take 1 extra XP for packing away some pretty great emotional baggage.
Thank you.
Yay.
I got a
And,
little choked up telling Bob he was worth it.
Yeah.
I did too. Yeah, there was
I did.
just like a hairline of almost dropping tears down my cheek there for a minute. God, Cliff, you destroyed me with the ring thing. That was
Which
when I
is
got choked
actually
up.
the
I
other
was-
thing. You also get an XP for that because I thought that was very creative and I really liked that. I like the way you
It's
brought it
amazing.
forward.
You guys really brought it. I will be honest, I started this session in a fairly poor mood. I had a really difficult day today. So I was kind of having a hard time when we first started, not gonna lie. But you guys made me so emotional, it actually put me in a good mood. So thank you all.
Yay.
Emotional
Feel your
undamaged.
feelings. That's what they
Yeah.
say. Yeah. So you finished Thud, Lauren?
I did, yes.
Oh my god, you finished good job.
Audiobook.
Sorry,
you
it's
have
just
never
'cause he-
finished a
it's 'cause
Discworld
he-
book, and I've been
he-
hassling
yeah.
you about it for a very long time.
Yeah.
She didn't actually finish the
Well-
one she started.
No, it's not. I did not finish the one he initially recommended me, which was The Fifth Elephant. But Thud was another one on my TBR list that I wanted to
Yeah,
listen.
and
that
I believe
needed
it was
to
the
listen to.
second one that I recommend. I think it was number 2, because I'm like, this is the best treatise, best treatise on racism taken in a fantasy way that I've ever read, in terms of
Yeah.
of why people think about other people, like others, as being different than themselves, and how you can see the sameness in everyone.
Yeah. It just made me think of Torla.
That was like when I recommended them
Yeah.
to you. It was for inspiration as to different ways Torla
Well,
might,
yeah.
be.
And to be fair, the more I thought about Torla, the more, like, as I was playing her, the more I realized that she wasn't a dwarf, technically. Like, she was a dwarf, but her ideas and her thoughts and the way that she lived her life was just so, it got to a point where it was undwarfish, if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yep.
So that's how I played her. But yes, I was like, wow. If only I had read this when I was playing Dorla.
If only.
I could understand where Greg was coming from with his dwarves.
Ah, good times, you guys.
I would have loved if D&D treated trolls the way that Pratchett treats trolls, because I think they're fascinating.
Yeah.
It is
Observation of the
strange to see
downtrodden.
the shift in the way that we regard monsters as the editions have progressed. Like, the concept of Drizzt Do'Urden being a good dark elf was radical when the books
Yep.
first started getting penned. And now it's like we got good goblins and good orcs and good all of these different races.
Because
Go ahead.
again, society went that direction of realizing, oh, maybe just painting an entire race of people with a big fat brush is bad. Like there's in the end, it doesn't come out right, no matter how you try and do it.
There's a trope, it's called Planet of the Hats.
Oh,
where
yes.
world building, you're like, these are the people that do mining, and that's all they do. They're the miners.
Yep.
Pause.
They wear miner hats.
Pause.
They wear miner hats. And that's great for broad stroke, but if you start to like actually dig into that culture, they can't all be miners. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And when you paint a brushstroke of these are the pillagers, the raiders, the evil people.
Ruh-roh.
And I mean, you were looking at, when it's all modeled on Tolkien. I was reading an article about, why Elon Musk needs D&D to be racist, and there was a bunch of quotes from Bria Iyengar, and there was a lot of thoughts from and the writer was a person of color as well. And it's like, even though Tolkien didn't carry the anti-Semitism that people were hoping was in his books, that he specifically spoke out against that, he still thought it was perfectly okay to go to a different continent and, fix the problem of having the savages there, right? Which was prevalent attitude at the time, was that, the British were going around the world civilizing people. And they built a whole empire on it, and then the Dutch copied them and did even worse things. Yeah, that like colonialism going out of fashion is a very late 20th century thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And D&D has been around in exactly that period. So it started at the end of, hey, we paint with a broad brush because that's easy to do, and ended in our current era. And right now you're in the area of the great clapback, where white people realize they might not be in charge of everything forever, and we're in quite the panic. We are freaking out.
Oh, no.
And on that note, unfortunately, I need to head out. So I shall.
Before you
Take
go,
care.
can I see your t-shirt?
Yeah,
All the tea? The tea is
it
spilled.
says all the tea and no tea.
Ah,
It's an inside joke my friend and I have.
okay. I was trying to figure out,
All
like,
right.
what is that about?
Yeah, no, it's just for me. It's just
Got
for me.
it.
That joke's just for me.
That's totally fair.
We'll see you on Sunday
See you on Sunday.
Yes.
Couple days.
with a new player.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes.
I've made it to tier 3.
Whoop.
Huzzah!
That's good.
Yes.
I will say the luggage monster is 100% based on Rice's luggage. Like that's
Rinses? Yeah.
sorry, yeah, Rice. I'm tired. It's been a long few days of brain mush and trying
When
to
did
be
the report cards
diplomatic.
done?
I took
But
an
they're done!
ability.
Yay.
I took an ability that I think emulates Bob's growth and releasing his emotional baggage is called Discerning Mind, and I now have 3 armor against damaging attacks and effects that target your mind and intellect.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Neat.
Well, that's fun. I like
There's
that.
also defense rolls you make against attacks that attempt to confuse, persuade, frighten, or otherwise influence you are eased.
You know,
So
considering he's
he's
got
got a stronger mind.
not illusionist, a dream wizard under his thumb at the moment, that might be kind of handy.
Helping. I'm helping. There is a fantasy racism, like, I won't call it a fix, but a different way to paint with that brush that still lets you have like unredeemable bad guys, which
The way
is to
Freerun does
say,
it.
the way who?
Freerun. Sosu no Freerun. It's an anime about an elf.
Yeah.
Oh,
One of the things it does really well is there are demons in that universe that are irredeemable monsters. And
yeah.
the way that she frames it is like demons are animals, they're predators that learned human speech in order to deceive and maim
Yeah.
and kill. And it's
Everything is just bait. It's the illusion of humanity.
there's an episode where she's like flashing back. She's in a prison cell because she tried to assault a demon ambassador, and she got arrested for it. And she's having a flashback to her first journey, where they came across a village where a little demon child killed the chieftain's daughter, and they had her cornered. And the hero of the party was like, "Hey, let's give her a chance. Let's let her be,
Mhm.
show that she can
Yeah.
be a person." And then there's a couple of like pastoral scenes of like her hanging out with the village kids and whatever. And then it hard cuts to her standing in front of this flaming building
Mhm.
holding uh holding the chieftain's daughter. Uh and she's like, "I killed her so I could be your daughter." And whole village is freaking out. The party actually decides to kill her. And as she's laying dead on the ground, Freerun walks up and asks her, "Keep saying mommy. Why do you keep saying that?" And she's like, "It's such a wonderful word because it stops you humans from killing us. Isn't that magical?"
It's so creepy in the scene. Oh.
It's Sly Flourish. His suggestion is orcs are not evil people because they're orcs. Orcs of Grumsh who worship Grumsh, the god of darkness and death, are bad because they made a choice to worship the bad god and do the killings. So if you need to, the only way to stop them, because they are, enraptured by that god and will never give up that belief, it's okay to kill them. They're not, they've made their bed. Now you can make them lie in it. And I'm like, yeah, because they are,
Mhm.
they have made themselves irredeemable. They haven't just been born irredeemable.
I mean, it's difficult
The
even then
demons,
because it's like
yeah.
how much of that is cultural and how much of that is individual choice. Like,
Yeah.
the fucking Brennan Lee Mulligan quote,
Yeah.
"You think you have free will, you didn't build the roads."
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the demons in the anime, to me it feels a bit like the evil of a virus or a force of nature. Like it's you will never convince a virus not to be consuming. Like demons, it's just like yeah, this is just a force of the universe. It is not something to be reasoned with. It is not
I
something.
think my issue with that
Yeah.
is like, if demons are everywhere, are we not fucked?
Well, I mean, there's bears everywhere. We've conquered them. There's
But
viruses
bears are not
everywhere. We're working to conquer them.
Hey, I have
bears are
never
not
conquered a
inherently
bear,
deadly.
okay? I
Yeah,
am just going to
to be
say
clear.
that. I have never conquered a bear in my life. Nor
True.
would I.
But culturally, through cooperation, through the great human experiment or spirit, we are higher on the food chain than the bear. And that's kind of what's happening in Freerun is they're struggling to be higher on the food chain than the demons.
That's cool. That moment, that scene that you're talking about. Oh, ugh.
I've
It's
I
only
so
would
got,
really
creepy.
recommend watching it.
I've only
The
got
show.
one type of character, like people in my world that I built for my IRL game that are inherently racist, and it's there's the snow elves, and theirs is very much a cultural thing of the people who started that society were racist, and now everybody just doesn't get out enough to know that that's a bad thing to be.
If I ever play
Yeah,
your table
racism
again,
through
I want to
ignorance is
play one
real.
of those elves because this sounds so much fun. Or somebody trying to blend in with those elves, which would also be very fun.
One of my favorite things I've got when my party went through a snow elven city in the first arc of the campaign, they met a scientist who was helping them do what they needed to do. My favorite thing to do is to say the racist thing and then immediately have the character say, "Oh, I'm sorry, that was racist. I'm learning. I'm getting better." It always makes people
Oops, did
laugh
I
because
make a
they're like,
racism
"Whoa!" And then
again?
he's like, "Yeah, it's so much fun because I'm trying to paint that it's not that they're inherently racist as a people. It's just that they're all fucking ignorant. They haven't
That's the
left
culture.
Yeah.
yeah, they haven't left their
Racism through
snowy
ignorance is
territory.
definitely a thing. All
Yeah.
them crazy people in big cities. You ever been to a big city? Hell no, I get killed. Okay, so really what we're saying here is
Yeah.
you have no idea.
Yeah.
I have a
As
whole lesson with my students about why does so many people have a racist grandpa? Did as a generation they
Yeah.
just decided, you know what would be fun? Bigotry.
What if we
um,
just hated everybody? That'd be fun.
so speaking of great moments in campaigns, it reminded me. Cloudward Ho, have you finished it yet, Kev? Or you?
I haven't even started it.
Oh, you haven't started?
I've been
Okay, I thought you were gonna
slacking.
start.
Yeah.
Have you finished it, Joe? Or
No,
are you
but
on
I'm
like the
pretty damn
last
close.
episode?
I'm on the last episode, yeah.
So
I've been
there's
meaning
a
to, but I
scene.
haven't gotten to it.
There's a scene where this is not really a spoiler. Taurus wakes up. They put